to Fully Baked Radio. Live from Trenton, New Jersey, Sativa Cross Live Studios. We're outside Chris Christie's office podcasting around the world. We're here with Jim Miller. We're setting up, waiting for the governor to come. And we're going to invite the governor to our podcast when he shows up. Jim is making placards as we speak, and we're waiting for Governor Christie to arrive. We will keep you in the loop. Stay tuned. Baked Radio, live from Trenton, New Jersey, broadcasting live around the world, outside Chris Christie's office. We want him to flip-flop on medical marijuana. If he flip-flops, he will win the presidency. If Governor Christie does a Sanjay Gupta, he will win the presidency. And we're going to tell him that this morning. Right, Jim? Will you vote for him if he flip-flops like Sanjay Gupta and says, you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong about marijuana, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Will you vote for him?
I'm kind of a one-issue guy. If he said that, I'd vote for him, and I'd do it in the most public way.
There you go. You heard it first. Jim Miller will vote for Chris Christie if he flip-flops on marijuana. Do a flip-flop, a Sanjay Gupta.
No, that's not a flip-flop. When you learn more than what people have been giving you and your information increases, you either evolve with the new information or you rely on the faulty intelligence you've had to that point. That's up to him. I think he's a man who would rely on evolving with new information when he realizes what's been kept from him.
Okay, back to work. I think so too, Jim. I believe it. I do. So, Governor Christie, we're waiting for you to arrive. Come on, hurry up. We ain't got all day. You can have a seat at our table anytime,
radio.
buddy.
It's all about...
The time is 10:23. The governor gets here 10:30, 10:40.
Due any time. We gotta be swivel-headed now because when his security detail arrives at the front door, we got what, 30 seconds?
Yeah,
Well,
30 seconds.
Look at me, looks like I'm an acrobat.
What was that?
I'm doing my own sideways.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
It's cool when you take a picture.
I can't do that. My back, my neck hurts really bad. I can't do that. Oh boy. All right, Governor, we're waiting for you. But let's get the governor's chair ready. So if the governor sits down, I'll have a chair ready for him. So let me do that as we're setting up for Governor Christie.
From the sky.
But we know that you fi do some reading. Poor man in the ghetto and the streets of arena. Poor man sit down while rich man walking. But then me hold them in a ring. Terror from the sky early in the morning. Take down the 2 World Trade building. On TV I was watching. All over the world people start panicking. Cause them think a World War III was beginning. Uncle Sam strike back with some cruise firing. In the ing, seems like chemical warfare pending. Load up the bomber with the chemical ink. But then me want them in a ink. Peace and love, Jaja know that a ink. Conscious vibe, Jaja know that a ink. Good, ganja whistle and see know that a ink. Fill up a split and put the hood in a ink. And then we want them in a ink. I ain't diesel and see know that a ink. Involving everything where brother come just talking. When me get married, wife put on the ring. Einstein was famous for his thinking. Shakespeare do a lot of playwriting. But we know that you will do some reading. Poor man in the ghetto and the streets suffering. Poor man sit down while rich man walking. A worries and botheration when the night is turning. Plenty of warfare, only one looting. Down in the ghetto, what a lot of shooting. Tell them brother, come to me a praise of the king. God, when me praise him is everlasting. DJ hear the lyrics and him start wobbling. Me look on him too neat, it was quivering. When he made the kind of lyrics where we constructing. Because we hold them in a ink. I ain't decent and see know that I ink. When me come and ask me a process timing. Anything that me chat, know it rhyming. Give thanks and praise and ink. And we hold them in a ink.
Discover new music, hear classic favorites. Get it all on AOL Radio.
Here comes Jackie Mito, the champion of the arena.
hello. Doesn't have to be loud. I don't want to have my mouth right on it anyway. Hello, hello, hello.
That probably was not that loud.
No.
It is on the internet, though. Yeah?
How much can you hear it out here? Oh, hear it out here, fine.
Live right now?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jim.
you hear it out here.
If you cup the top of the mic like this. No, not open. Just yeah.
Like I'm playing the harmonica?
Yeah. That makes it louder.
How does it sound? No, I'll get close. I'll get right on it.
I mean, that's the level you're gonna have. That's about as loud as it's gonna be.
You need flavored microphones. What you need.
I have no headroom on this mic. I don't understand why.
Hey, listen, you can turn that. You could, well, you know, turn that around a little more because I'm not gonna. Here's how it's gonna work. Okay, we get 30 seconds from security detail and emerging. He's going to get out here and walk up the middle. So I may have to come this far. But I...
Oh, there it is. There it is.
That was a little bit loud.
There it is.
All right. Then I can keep it away from my mouth. That's good. You can clearly see the place setting and the table with my sweatshirt on the chair. That's no good. We got a little drip over here, so I'll put the microphone back.
All right, Jimmy. That was the problem.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
hold on a second with that, though.
Yeah, this is. Let's go through it. Yeah, let's go through the scenario here.
You know, with the inclement weather, you may end up all the way up here even. I think you should point this right like we usually do.
I got you. No matter what you do, I got you.
Yeah, but you don't got us now. Nobody knows how good we look today.
Well, so the governor comes out, and I'm going to go, Governor, Ed Fortune's right. You should flip-flop on marijuana.
Not flip-flop, evolve.
Evolve.
Red flag words no good. Evolve is good.
Evolve. Well, no, I like flip-flop because, like Sanjay Gupta, he flip-flopped.
Yeah, but that's an accusation. People never said they flip-flop.
I like how Ed Fortune put it, though. I kind of like that.
Yeah, but he's never going to flip-flop if you say you want flip-flop. It's sort of like with the governor. If you use words like evolve and cannabis as opposed to weed and not, you know, I smoke weed.
That's
I
true.
smoke pot. But, you know, you want to keep it in terms that sound less offensive to him, which who knows what the hell that is. I mean, what isn't he offended by? It is dripping off of there. It's just hitting the edge of the table.
All right, so I'm going to say, Governor, if you legalize marijuana, you will win the presidency. How's that?
Yeah, he's already come out pretty hard against...
Yeah, but he knows he's not going to win. But if he has a chance, if there's hope for him to win the presidency by legalizing cannabis, I'm sure he might think about it.
No, it's too much of a flip-flop.
See, there you go. There you go.
I'm making my point. You hear how it sounded? No, you know, he just already made a statement that he would shut down Colorado and Washington and the other states.
Yeah.
That he would enforce federal law and usurp states' rights. He's already, you know, to turn that around, that's why if he wants to look bold as he's ever going to want to look, is going to be taking more of a lead in improving the medical program and receive more information so he can evolve on that issue.
Okay, so
yeah, basically what we're asking him.
What's my script? I need my. I know what you're going to say,
Yeah.
but I'm going to say something real quick before you say something. So I'm going to say, Governor Christie, you'll win the presidency, or how should I say this?
Oh, well,
Give me a-
this is Trenton. I wouldn't talk about presidency. He doesn't come here to deal with being president. He hasn't announced his candidacy. I'd leave it out. It's all inferred. I really would.
You're taking out all my lines. You took out flip-flop. You took out presidency. There's nothing left. I have no substance to my statement now. What's left? Hi, Governor. Have a nice day.
Look forward to being the leader we know you can be on this issue.
Okay. Well, you could say that. I want to say a quick little tagline while he's getting out of the truck.
Yeah.
While he's getting,
No, that'd be good. That'd be good.
something. Like,
you know what? I'd say something like veterans need your help. They're, you know, it's something. What is he gonna walk towards rather than away?
Governor, I will get you elected if you listen to me.
He's already elected. He's governor.
No, president. I will help
again,
you.
this is Trenton. It's not D.C. It's not New Hampshire. It's not Iowa. you know, doing that's going to get a knee-jerk reflexive reaction.
I hope so.
from him. Not the right kind. He's not going to lean in. He's not. He does, you know, he talks about it when it
I'll tell you what.
matters.
Here's what we'll do. I'll let you get him right at the door. As soon as he comes out of his car, you talk to him.
Yeah.
And then he'll walk up, and,
Nah.
and if you don't get your way, if he's it's like yeah I got to go, then I'll be like, okay, Governor, sit down. I'll get you the presidency if you sit down. I want to say that as he's walking in.
Say it when I'm done with him.
Yeah, when you're done.
But I want to do it over here, and I'll tell you why. The last time I was more out here, he came walking right over, and we had a really good interaction right there.
Okay.
So I want to see if I can
Okay.
get him to be more on camera without you having to move it much.
Well, the fact is that you have a
What is
handheld
it?
mic.
What would your soundbite be?
Well,
You can see we work things out ahead of time here.
well,
Well, this is ahead of time.
one thing I want to say is I think you should get him, since you have the handheld mic, you have the ability to get more time, extra 10 seconds out of him over here talking to him with that handheld mic. The technology. You have to use technology. That's an extra 10 seconds of talking to somebody you would never talk to.
Well, I'd have to be right out there. He's going
Yeah.
to see it coming. I don't know. I'll meet you halfway. You want me here?
Up.
You want me out here?
Yeah, I kind of want you over there, and I'll follow you with the camera,
No, I mean here.
like right there, a little further.
See, I'm going to be behind the speaker.
You're behind the
then.
speaker, so you have to look a little bit more.
No, this would be halfway though.
All right, that's good. That'll work. Right there.
And there's plenty of time to there.
That's
So what would your tagline be?
my tagline.
Tell you, being something he can say yes to, and that he will look wrong for not saying yes to, if he says anything else.
I told you what I wanted to say. I wanted.
All right, I'll be him. You tell me. You ask me whatever you want to say, and I'll.
Governor Ed Fortune was right about you getting elected with.
Oh, the weed man! I'm taking over the conversation now and show I'm the governor, and I know the weed man. You know he's gonna steal it, man.
I hope he does. I hope he interacts with us in some way.
No, you know.
In some way.
Yeah, in the way we want him to.
I don't think that's going to happen no matter what.
Well,
But
I want to give it.
let's set the narrative. Me and you will set the narrative today. Come on, let's work this out. Let's get this narrative set.
Don't make me do something.
Yeah,
That's a line of scrimmage that you
Yeah.
don't like. I'm
Call it
saying.
audible.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, what are the audibles? Okay, give me the audibles A and B that you know, you're Tom Brady. All right, you have 3 plays to play. You got your first play. What are the 2 options? If he says, "I'll sit down," what's your plan? If he wants to sit down,
Well, he would want to know what he was sitting down for.
right?
first.
So how are you? What are you going to say to him?
To talk about the issue that he already agrees with, edibles for adults. How does he feel about the legislature not following his lead?
What about PTSD?
Oh, we go right into that. But
Okay.
see, he'll be very comfortable with that because that's an issue he told me that he would support if a bill dealing only with that got to his desk, that he wouldn't, and that would be against his veto of it earlier. He said that to me at a town hall meeting 10 months ago. I explained that to the Assembly Regulatory Oversight Committee. And there's been no action here. This is a bill that could be signed immediately, and people wouldn't have to try to figure out how to make their own oral preparations. They could get it at dispensaries. It's something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And it's real important for people who are in hospice or critical care situations where they can't smoke. It's huge. Now, this is something he said he'd do. The Department of Health will not oppose. The program director, current one, nobody will oppose. If he did that, if he sat down and did that, we could also very much more easily get this out of committee, the post-traumatic stress bill that would add that to the list of indications, because any Republicans who might be ready to vote no might be more apt not to if they know the governor is not so foul on the issue. So, yeah, I'd like to, because that's what we've talked about here before in the past, edibles, and it's not done. You know, when use a phrase like the legislature is not following his lead, and I have a problem with that. You hear how that sounds to him and his people. That sounds good. Medical marijuana advocate complaining about Democratic legislator not following the governor's lead on edibles. Does anybody know that? No. How would that sound? You know, he likes to make the most. We're right here. I don't want people here. He likes to make the most out of a situation where it gives him credit. Compromising. he could thank the legislature for compromising with him and getting edibles passed, and then turn around and say, I understand that there's a post-traumatic stress bill that would aid veterans and others with post-traumatic stress that's being held up in committee. I'd like to know why. And for him just to ask why it's being held up in committee shows interest. These are things he could do. You start talking about weed, man, you get a knee-jerk reaction. You know I love Ed. He's been around longer than me doing this crap here. Well, actually, I don't know that he has. Maybe at the same time. But I'm just trying not to get that knee-jerk reaction. You know, if he sits down, you can make that the last question, see how he handles it. I would think you might ask something like, do you consider it flip-flopping or evolution when you get information you didn't have before and it affects your position? That's all. Why? No, I mean, really, what does that add? Not good. Yeah, I know you're going to see him once a week. Let's put up a sign or something and go on down to the weed. We could advertise the Weed Man's Joint here. I love that place. I love the concept. But trying to get a reaction from a governor by doing that is going to be counterproductive towards what we're trying to do.
William, how you doing, buddy? Boy, good morning. We're going to actually order some food from the Weed Man's Joint in a few minutes. I'm going to order some grilled pineapple and some...
oh, that's good. I had a bite of that.
Oh, man.
Man, what is that? It's got a little spice to it, a little something to it.
Yeah, do you have... Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
So, somebody left some on a table, and I guess they forgot where it was, and I didn't want it to go to waste and had some. And
reenactment.
it was awesome.
So now
Watch the table sign. On the ground, not over the table. On the ground. There you go. Look at down the side of the table. Oh, over. Okay, you want over here?
Okay, I'm the governor. I'm the governor, and you be Jim Miller.
I don't want to be Jim Miller. I'm always Jim Miller. You be Jim Miller.
No! No.
Lefty's got the no button out.
That's all you got, Jim?
That's the
Come
no
on, guys.
button.
Try it again. Take two.
Okay. Governor, are you willing to help us move this bill forward?
No!
Even though it's because of veterans?
No!
Don't you care about
No!
veterans?
No! No!
You know they might kill themselves without it, and still you're not going to help?
For the last time, no!
Yeah, that would be a good conversation.
That's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So what's plan B? What's plan B when he starts that crap?
Tackle him. Wouldn't get much done but to make the paper.
Yeah. Plan B. Ask him where the town hall meeting is, the next one. And we'll smoke weed there.
Okay, we don't know where it is.
Let's ask him. Governor, where's your next town hall meeting?
Yeah.
So we can smoke some cannabis there, legally and appropriately. Of course.
No!
Governor, I will vote for you. Here's my tagline. Governor, I will vote for you if you legalize marijuana. There you go. That's what I'm going to say. I'll say cannabis, though, because marijuana is a racist term.
Okay.
I will use the term cannabis.
Can I bet even odds that he's going to reiterate his stance that he's against it? And he won't do that. You're giving him a soapbox to put out his.
Will you stop picking apart my tagline?
Get a good one, and I won't pick it apart.
That's it. Governor, I will vote for you if you legalize cannabis.
I've said before, and I'll say it again. That's never going to happen on my watch in New Jersey.
No.
That's almost exactly what he's going to say. You got to know that.
Okay, well, you get him first, and hopefully you'll get him. I hope you grab him, because.
Well, he likes to go on by. That's why you got to, basically the information, something to hand, and he tends to want to take that himself and give it to somebody else. And at that point, I have two things to hand him. One will be the information we're handing out about the post-traumatic stress bill. Since medical marijuana was approved in New Jersey 5 years ago, approximately 1,500 veterans living in New Jersey have committed suicide. Just tell them that. You could read it. More Vietnam veterans have killed themselves than had died in combat. Yeah. For these and other reasons, a bill to add post-traumatic stress disorder to the list of qualifying conditions for receiving medical marijuana in New Jersey, S 2898, was introduced and passed in the Assembly by a margin of 53 to 13. That's pretty big. That says something. It was scheduled to be voted on in the Senate Health and Senior Services Committee on June 15th, but was pulled from consideration without an explanation by the commissioner of the committee, Senator Joseph Vitale, a supportive Democrat. Here's the deal. What's the deal, you say? I'll tell you what the deal is. If he doesn't think, the standard format would be for the chairman of the committee to say that he doesn't think there are enough committee votes to pass it out of committee. But by doing that and not voting on it, it's really no different than being voted down in the end when it dies in committee, which it's going to be likely to do if it doesn't get movement soon. That becomes like a secret vote anyway. If Chairman Vitale does not think there are enough committee votes to pass it out of committee, he should tell veterans and everyone which committee members he knows would vote no. There was no announcement. Veterans are asking questions, and we can't tell them. The answer is because Senator Vitale has not responded to an inquiry from a CMMNJ board member. This should not be a secret in a supposed open government. You should not pull the rug out from under hopeful veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder who are on the ledge. 9 states currently allow medical marijuana for the treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder. Those states offer a look at actual positive results as well as whether or not the benefits outweigh the risks. It is the single largest qualifying condition for receiving medical marijuana in Mexico. Very little indication of harm from veterans using medical marijuana to treat PTSD, and interesting research indicating benefit is going on. Now, the Hebrew University, Hadassah Medical School, and School of Pharmacy Institute for Drug Research, they're pretty smart there, conducted a pilot study that found that THC administration to patients was associated with a reduction in global symptom severity, sleep quality, frequency of nightmares, and PTSD hyperarousal symptoms, and that it was safe and well tolerated by patients with chronic PTSD. Secrecy surrounding medical marijuana legislation must end. Senator Vitale either post 2898 for a vote in the next committee session or answer questions about why not. I don't know. It's almost 11. He might have done a backdoor today. I know what it is. He saw you guys and the governor went around the back. He always walks by us. You got some kind of power. Good to see you. Love seeing people taking advantage of being here to spread information where it don't get spread. Keep it up. And I almost always agree with people who come with information here. It doesn't matter what the cause. Generally, they're right and they're wrong. That's why people show up. People show up here because it's their job and they have to. People show up here when it's not their job and they don't have to. That's the people you want to listen to. Well, some are full of crap, I know. I was walking by a demonstration where a woman asked me if I wanted the right to marry a dog, because that was to happen if gay marriage, same-sex marriage legislation passed. She told me people would be able to marry dogs one day. And I looked at her and said, yeah, you say that like it's a bad thing, just to get her pissed off. But you'd have to know Saturday Night Live's Tim Meadows, the lady man, to understand that. Yeah, you would. Now you got to go. My sign, ask a veteran with PTSD, yellow ribbon or medical marijuana. I'm guessing they're going to go for medical marijuana and get their own damn ribbon. Multicolored. Veterans fought for our freedom, now we fight for theirs. Thing about post-traumatic stress is talking about it exacerbates it. It makes it worse. It brings it to the surface. The whole deal is to keep it where it's not always there, where you get away from it just for little bits of time. That's why cannabis helps. Helps you forget, helps you not think about things. Well, in some cases, that can be a detriment if you need to do some really serious thinking, and most people choose not to smoke then. I could just go in and ask him if he's showing up. Waiting on the governor. We are.
Waiting on the governor. And Bill just has a good idea about, what was that called?
Cannabis counselor.
We're going to do Cannabis Counselor, and we're also going to do the Gong Show, a version of the Gong Show, where we have rappers come up and maybe spit for a while, and people play guitar, and we tell them how horrible they are.
Why don't you turn that around so people can see you?
You know what? Let's take phone calls today. You want to take calls? We have one viewer. Let's take some calls. All right, you can call on Fully Baked Radio. You give us a call. What are you doing? I'm trying to do an announcment, and you're poking me. Here, look at this. Look what I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. I'm trying to make an announcement, and he's poking me. He's doing this. He's doing this off the. Now, look, how am I supposed to talk when you're doing that? What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I was just trying to get your attention.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I'm brainstorming.
Is this the William segment with medical-freedom.com?
Yes, it is, actually.
Medical-freedom.com?
I have the flag out in my car. I'll bring it over in a few moments.
From where?
In my car.
No, from medical-freedom.com.
Yes.
That's where the flag is from.
Yes, it is.
And this is made in America?
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, what's real interesting about the whole thing, the flags are made in Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Pottstown.
Yes. That's funny, isn't it?
You know what? Oh, and on a side note, my grandmother's been in the hospital all week. Her room number, when they brought us up there, was 420. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
You didn't get a picture?
Of course. You don't follow my Facebook pages, Jim. I guess because I had my...
I follow them.
By the way, have we had any more donations?
I thank you for your donation, by the way. And I am
you're
looking...
more than welcome. I didn't bring that up for me.
I am looking for donations because she needs to go to respite for 30 days, and we don't have the money to put her in respite. We need to buy time, and it's a friggin' mess.
Where could the people go to donate?
GoFundMe. Geez, I don't know how they can go to my page, my Facebook page, Lefty Grimes, I guess. Go to Lefty Grimes on Facebook.
If I go to GoFundMe, what it will do is just open the door, and it won't send me right to your link.
It might.
It don't.
It doesn't. All right.
My experience.
Okay, I'll have to work on this. But, yeah, there is a GoFundMe account for Grandma. We need thousands of dollars. I'm giving up my Social Security check.
I thought it was $5,000.
$5,000, and I'm giving up my Social Security check for the month, and that's only 1 week of care. So we
need help.
We need help. So
if you would be kind enough to consider participating, be most appreciated.
Yes, thank you. Grandma will help. Will love you forever because she needs the help.
I mean, I'm sure someday you may be in.
You can put a little space between that mic and your mouth, man.
In a position where you need support.
2 hills up. Seriously.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was speaking so loud. But the echo from the speaker?
It's pretty loud out there.
We'll be out here till 2 o'clock. All right, man.
You're more than welcome. Please return tomorrow.
He's going to get his bongs and his weed, and he is. He's going to get a bunch of
weed.
So he says. He says, you guys can smoke over there? I said, yeah, we can. He says, what if I'm not a patient? Can I smoke over there with you? I said, why not?
Oh, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Oh, you're not allowed? Okay, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to do that.
Don't let me see you doing that.
Okay. You're going to be damaging what we have.
Okay, if you're not a patient, you cannot smoke over there.
Absolutely not.
That's right. Okay, I forgot the rules. So Kuma says we cannot, non-patients cannot smoke, but if you are a patient, you can smoke. Okay, I need to get this right. I need to know the parameters of this.
What would it take for
Well,
you
mostly.
to be able to email Frank a link so that he could listen in right now?
That's a good idea.
What would it take for you?
How can I put you in the seat of this car?
Frank has to friend me on Facebook, and he will have access to all of this. So
In the meantime,
In the meantime.
you can email him that, or you can email him that and a link right now where he could follow.
all right. Well, should we take a break, or should I start?
Why don't we do that? I mean, it's 11, a couple minutes after 11.
The show's starting though. This is 11 o'clock. The show's starting. I need a producer to do this kind of stuff for me. I can't be doing stuff like this when I'm doing a radio show, and I can't have you poking me like this when I'm doing a radio show.
I understand.
You drive me crazy for that.
And I can't be shaky, rattle, and roll you either.
And what happened to Governor Christie? He didn't come. I think he went in the back door.
I don't know, but my experience has been on my sightings has been anywhere between 10:30 and quarter of 11.
Jim has the mic over there.
Yeah, but he's talking to some people, but he's not on the mic.
Window.
This is hilarious.
So we got here especially
Talking to the mic, Jim.
Thursday from 11 until 2.
Hey, Jim, talking to the mic. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Jim.
So
Jim, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, do your thing.
dead hair day.
Do your thing.
There's a clear view of the back door that the governor would enter from down by the state. It's actually the state police entrance around the side. And apparently he hasn't come in during the normal window. Oh, I like that sign. You can reverse a vote. You can't reverse a suicide. I guess what that means is if we want to err on the side of caution, as people do, they seem to say those who do not want medical marijuana, they seem, for post-traumatic stress victims, they like to talk about, they don't want to make sure it's not going to do more harm than good. And one, there's 9 states to look to, and in none of them is there a rush to change their post-traumatic stress law. And if for some reason the sky fell and we added post-traumatic stress disorder and everybody got diagnoses and there were thousands and thousands of people with post-traumatic, and they started falling from trees, and I don't know what would happen. But if that did happen, they could rescind that law. It happens all the time. People have a law that isn't working, they change it, they make it better. And that's what we're trying to do with the medical marijuana law. However, to worry about veterans' negative effects to using marijuana for post-traumatic stress when they themselves are saying it helps them ease their post-traumatic stress, how do you tell them that, no, we're not going to let you do that because we're worried about you? It doesn't square, you know? And they could change the law back if it didn't work to their satisfaction. That veteran you're talking to, if he kills himself, you can't bring him back. You can't do it. And if we're going to err on the side of caution, let's get veterans with post-traumatic stress into the program. And if it's not working, or there's some detrimental effect. You know, the thing is, I'm worried with logic, like the reason we don't have pain as an acceptable indication, just pain, neuropathic pain. The reason that's not good enough to get into our medical marijuana program is our governor actually said that he worried that people would fly into Newark, fake a headache, get medical marijuana, and fly home. I swear to God, I've seen it on YouTube. Yeah, I hear you can get medical marijuana in New Jersey. You fly in there and fake a headache. What state can people not buy marijuana to the point they would fly into Newark, fake a headache, get it, and go home? Because that's the contention, an actual example.
That was pretty obnoxious when he said that. He's just very offensive when it comes to medical marijuana patients. He just offends us. It's very offensive to me when he says things like
Well,
that.
you know, I'm certainly not going to defend that because I agree, but I think it's because he hasn't agreed to actually sit down and speak with any. You have to catch
Yeah.
him at a diner or a town hall meeting. You're likely going to get, you know, he's called on what, 3 women we know who have children. Out of 4 town hall meetings, he called on them, and they didn't give up the mic easily. And yet no real ground was gained. He's very adept at skirting real issues.
Paula got him in Fairfield. Sabina Rose's mom
Yeah, I saw that.
grabbed him in Plainfield, Fairfield, and she talked to him for a few minutes, and he did his little spin, his little skating act, and whatever you call it, and nothing ever happened.
Nothing ever happened. And that's no small feat when a woman's saying my 15-month-old child died,
Yeah.
and this would have helped her. If you can dance around that, you can dance around anything. That's why I try to stay away from the knee-jerk subjects that will cause him to steal the conversation. And when the governor is talking and responding to a question, if you interrupt him, he'll remind you that you're interrupting him while he's trying to answer your question, and you can say, but you're not answering the question, and that'll end the conversation. You know, we have to find the most common ground to begin any conversation with him. With that, it's the fact that he would add oral preparations for adults if he gets a bill changing the law to that point. Ironically, and he vetoed it. Remember, the edibles bill came in on the backs of children who could use it, and he okayed it for children, but not for adults. He left them out, and now that it's been pointed out that adults in hospice and managed care facilities, they can't smoke. They need oral preparations. They can't even vaporize. So he is ready to come around on that. He said so. He said so 10 months ago. There's no objection from the health department, none from the program director, none from him. And yet the legislature hasn't gotten a edibles bill. All right. Now that's turned off. Okay, but I can just whoop it back on if need be. Where are you going? Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you going medicate?
And I'm going to go medicate.
It's all about improving the quality of life.
I'm going to medicate and move my truck out of the tow-away zone by the fire hydrant.
Nobody gets towed away, but we were told for unloading and loading, it's okay. And the state police are our friends here.
Can I come with you?
I'm not being sarcastic. You know that the state police are friends here. And they specifically said they didn't want us to take advantage of them allowing us to park where we unload and load up. So move your vehicle. So what shall my schizophrenic self talk about here? I'm going to be 63 in 2 days. Yeah.
What?
I'm going to be 63 years old in 2 days.
Really?
I'm having a party and inviting all my imaginary friends because I got more of them than real friends who stop over.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, not till Saturday.
By the way.
You don't want to assume too much.
Happy birthday, and
Hold on.
many more.
Many more.
I'm going to medicate, and I will see you on the other side.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're about probably 60 steps away from where you're allowed to use your cannabis. Yeah, we've come that far. Patient can walk across the street from the State House, use his state-sanctioned medical marijuana from its approved container, and right where he would smoke a cigarette, he's allowed to do that. But not William, because William's not a patient. I'm watching you, William. I want to see 3 feet between you and Lefty when he's using his medicine. I'll rat you out. Yeah, just sitting at the table waiting for the governor to come and talk about medical marijuana. You see, we don't have a seat at the governor's table, but that doesn't mean we don't invite him to have a seat at ours. So you got a sign on the table that says, you know, the table. Got a place setting for Governor Christie that says, you know, Governor Christie, 2 for 2. And of course, mine, Jim Miller, co-founder of the Coalition for Medical Marijuana in New Jersey. So we invite the governor to sit at our table at the podcast and have a conversation. I think it'd make him look good. You know, we're not known to be his favorite subject. Yet he comes over and he says hi to me when I am here. And we've come to know each other over numerous times. Our paths have crossed over the last several years. I first met Governor Christie when he was candidate Christie in 2009 in Hamilton Township at a Hamilton Fest or whatever they call it. And he's being shown around by then Senator Bill Baroni, who was a Republican state senator and rising young star, and supported medical marijuana wholly. Yeah, once Governor Christie was elected, and he said how much he did not like the law that was passed just before he took office, leaving the dirty work to him. You know, I don't know why the governor won't just meet a couple of the sickest people you'll ever want to see who use cannabis effectively. They are the people he needs to talk to. Everybody says you gotta wait until we get a new governor to get anything done for medical marijuana patients. You try telling somebody that's in a kind of pain you can't even imagine when they don't have their cannabis. Start telling them that we need to wait another couple of years before we do anything. They deserve our attention now, and whether it comes to fruition or not should not be what I call a self-fulfilling prophecy. People say Governor Christie will not allow that, so nobody gets it to his desk. Then he doesn't have to not allow it. We do it for him. We can't be enablers. We can't make it easy to let people suffer who actually could be helped by this law. So we come here every Thursday, have a live podcast. More people watch it on YouTube or in a stored version on Ustream than watch it live. But it's still a way of being visible every week. And since this time last year, this will be the 32nd, actually the 31st Thursday. We did one Wednesday a couple of weeks ago because Thursdays were booked everywhere with permits that we would normally be. Yeah, in the last 12 months, we've had 18 more gatherings here than the governor has had town hall meetings. We're catching up. He had 122 town hall meetings when we had our first regular Thursday gathering here. He's up to, I believe, 135 now, and we're up to 32. So we're catching up, Gov. Everybody says Governor Christie will not sit down at the table. The table. He's got a seat, got a microphone. Is it headphones? I'm not so sure. I think he's looking to do something bold. And I think it has more to do with his national image than helping patients. But hey, you know, we'll go through the door however it gets opened. So I sit at the table. You know, I could throw a stone and hit you guys over there. You are a stone's throw away from the State House steps. Nice to see. Without fear of prosecution, without having to look over your shoulder, and you'll be a better man physically when you return from having had your medicine in full view of anybody in the State House who would like to look out. And I'm watching you, William. Back away from Lefty. Back away. Back away. Yeah, William's a patient too. I'm not looking up, man. I told you that. You put me in a position. I'm going to have to make a phone call. Yeah, I don't know what goes on here sometimes. When you get so many people showing up at a gathering, you can't keep your eye on everybody. He says facetiously. I think the governor might already be here, or maybe he's not in state right now. But we do have information every week. I think everybody probably knows a U.S. military veteran who has post-traumatic stress. 1 in 3 or 4 people who served in the Mideast in the last decade, a little more, decade and a half. About 1 in 3 is diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. So if you know 3 people who have served in the Mideast in the last 15 years, you probably know one who has post-traumatic stress. You probably know one who uses cannabis to ease it. You can only imagine what it's like to have thoughts about killing yourself because of things you can't erase from your mind. And yet it happens. I don't understand it, although I've seen some pretty horrible things in my life. And then there are those who say, I suffer from post-traumatic stress, but I just medicate regularly as it is, being what would be called a social user. Actually, everybody calls that a recreational user, but I don't know a lot of people that say, what do you want to do? You want to play some softball? No, let's play some tennis. No, let's smoke some pot. It's not a recreational endeavor generally. It's a social endeavor. I have a beer socially now and then. I'm allowed. Smoke cannabis occasionally, socially, and I'm not allowed. Actually, I'm what's called a non-qualifying patient. Due to catastrophic foot injuries of both feet 3 years ago. And after 59 hospital days over 4 states covering 4.5 months, 12 operations, external fixation device, skin flaps, skin grafts, bone grafts, wheelchair for 9 months, yeah, I know a little bit about pain, and cannabis does help. And I was able to not use opiates, preferring to use cannabis. Just not out publicly and not legally wherever I do it. Yeah, sometimes I'll just sit here and think about it. I know people who cannot afford their medical marijuana because the state charges so much. And you have to go to the black market occasionally to end up with a full supply. And even so, they run out at times. And when they do, I know patients who are in so much pain they cannot hide it from their young children. And I don't know how it must feel to see the fear on your 5-year-old son's face when you can't not show pain when you're the father. You're supposed to be this little kid's rock. You know, every 5-year-old looks up at their dad and how big they are, how strong they are, how fast they are. And then there are some kids who see their father cry with pain and maybe get curt with their wife, the kid's mother. And I do know somebody that was devastated by the fact that he couldn't be the rock of the family, and it leads to depression. Now, people with chronic pain, it doesn't hurt less or more depending where you have pain, what its source is. And you just can't see it. You see a big, strong guy sitting around, you can't believe that a little something going on in his back might cause him to not even be able to speak or move. But you can't hide that from your kids. So, I don't think there's a child in New Jersey who wouldn't want their parents to have relief of their pain in whatever way they could find it. I don't think the source of that relief would matter to them one little bit, and just that their parents find it. And then there's people who are older than me. I'm going to be 63, and they're way older than me, and as much as they hurt sometimes from something that cannabis could provide relief for, they don't do it because it's against the law for them. They obey the law. And then their children and grandchildren, and in some cases great-grandchildren, see them suffer and say they'll help, but there's just a lot of people that do not want to break the laws. They have that kind of respect for law more so than their own physical health and the mental well-being of their family. I have been able to explain to some people that it's not up to them whether they feel like using cannabis or not when they're in pain. It's a matter of how it affects their family as well. And I think the family should get a vote when that happens. So it looks like no governor passing by today. No, we don't cancel when it rains. We show up every Thursday. Who generally can't show up are the patients we're trying to help. And seeing as 1,500 veterans living in New Jersey have committed suicide since the medical marijuana law was enacted, you got to wonder how many of that 1,500 would not have killed themselves. 100? 500? 1? So I maintain if 1,500 veterans living in New Jersey have committed suicide since the medical marijuana law was passed, that's 1,500 veterans who didn't have the chance to use it legally. More Vietnam veterans have killed themselves than had died in combat. The combat number is 47,000, I believe. I believe it's somewhere around 65,000
have killed themselves. That means that many people survived Vietnam only to die at their own hand from the wounds that have inflicted on them that we cannot see. They shouldn't have to beg. I like the sign that right here, it says ask a veteran with post-traumatic stress disorder, yellow ribbon, or medical marijuana. Seriously, ask one. Yeah, we put on music in between, but we're still hopeful the governor might have been delayed, and this is not an unusual time for him to arrive either. But when Lefty comes back, I'm sure we'll have a more spirited discussion on where we are. And right up to date. When I started advocating for medical marijuana in 1991, nothing new could happen for over a year. All through the 90s, I could not find any medical marijuana advocates in New Jersey until 1999. And still, maybe 2 things a year would happen noteworthy in New Jersey then. Now, every week we come here, there's usually something new going on.
That's all right.
You actually smell like cannabis. I think it's very becoming.
Oh, sorry.
I would say that's broadleaf indica. Just taking a shot. I do that with wine too, because if you're wrong, nobody cares, but the one time you're right, people think you're a genius for the rest of their lives.
I have to roll a joint because my one hitter is getting clogged, and it's very humid, so I'm going to roll a joint.
Well, here, take this chair. I'll sit in the governor's chair. Well, hold on. No, I want to leave that there. That'd be the governor's chair. See, this is the table. This is the table that we don't get invited to. It's our table, and we invite the governor. But I'll sit in his seat.
No, just actually, Jim, you're good. I'm going to squat and do my thing here, right here. I'm good. I'm just going to roll my doobie. I'm going to do it on camera so you can see it.
Actually, you're allowed to do that.
Yes. Yes, I'm allowed to roll it here, but I just can't smoke it here.
You were at Scott Vlasic's trial, the first one, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Then you remember how the courtroom smelled when Stephen Kuspelich took his medicine out, opened the container, and set it on the seat next to him.
Good for him.
In a closed environment like that, in a courtroom, that was probably the one time the playing field is tilted in our favor a little bit, just to make a point. It's not that scary. It doesn't smell that bad. So whether we miss the governor or not, we're going to be here 21 more Thursdays until Thanksgiving. And I'm not going to be here next week, so sometime during the day or when we're done, I got to show you where the state police office is in the State House, and you take out the permit for July 2nd and July 9th. And then we'll be good through them, and we'll see if we have the State House or the Annex. It'll be up to you. You'll be the one here. You'll be in charge. Then you can say whatever you want to the governor. I won't be here to say anything.
You won't be here to pick apart my tagline? I forgot my tagline. What was I going to say?
You're going to say, Governor, listen to what Jim Miller has to say, please.
Of course. Governor, have a seat at our table, Governor.
I told him that. You know, the first one gathering we had this year, April 2nd, I had just finished bringing a couple of things up. No signs were up, and
the governor came in, and of course he recognized me from having to pass by so many times last year, and the town hall meetings and all the places he sees me. And I explained to him that we do this only because we don't have a seat at the table. And this is the only way we can stay connected to what's going on. We shouldn't have to force ourselves on anybody. We are the experts. We know more about medical marijuana as a nonprofit coalition for medical marijuana, New Jersey, 501c3 charitable organization in good standing with the state of New Jersey for over a decade. We are the one the patients come to, more so than the Drug Policy Alliance. They seek out patients when they need them to show up, and they do some pretty good work when it comes down to that.
This is the hub for everything for medical marijuana. Patients, lawyers, doctors.
We're the go-between, yeah.
Everything. We have every connection you can ask for here at our fingertips. So you can call us, actually, if you want, at 908-616-0682. We'll be taking some calls today, 908-616-0682. If you believe in medical marijuana, give us a call.
You know, people, if they're indulging in their homes watching this, are not going to remember the number. It's almost like you got to say, get a pen, and say it really slow.
908-616-0682. 908-616-0682. Give us a call.
I'll make a sign for the next one. And
no, I'm not giving that number out every week, just this week. Because I'll be getting all kinds of weird calls now on my phone.
I doubt it.
Off the air, like 3 o'clock in the morning.
So what is that you're rolling now?
I'm rolling a big fat spliff of blueberry cannabis from Greenleaf Compassion Center.
A legal spliff. What's the difference between a spliff and a joint?
Actually, a spliff is used with popcorn bags, and it's usually a cone, right? Isn't it a
Yeah.
cone? Yeah. So
It is.
this may not be a cone. This may be more of a cigarette. We'll see how it comes out.
And I could be wrong, but I think it's generally rolled that way because you don't have to separate the stems and anything else from it. You know, maybe that's the reverence for the plant that some people use, and not me. But and then of course they can fit a lot more in it. I'm watching with interest because you know those are really long papers.
Yeah,
They're like 100 millimeters.
I'm butchering this joint here, and really.
I've noticed that. You should make it shorter. You know, your finger, you can't.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not used to these long papers, but I'm trying. I like the long papers because you could put a filter in there. That's the reason. So I'm trying to get used to these long papers, and I don't want to lose all that weed, so I'm gonna put all this weed back in there. I always get over ambitious and real fatty like this, and it's more fun.
And you're allowed.
I'm not breaking the law. I'm not breaking the law.
No.
That'd be cool if Governor Christie came now and I had the joint rolling here. Look, Governor Christie, this is how patients have to medicate.
William, you're facing this way, William. William, do you hear me? We got speakers. William Haney.
William Haney, we're talking to you.
You have to occasionally swivel over and see if the details there, the shaved-headed, plainclothes state policeman and a uniformed trooper will show up. If you see any state police presence or anybody in a suit and tie with a shaved head standing up there looking out.
Oh yeah, that's the observer.
Yeah, and we don't have 30,
the observer
30
always
seconds.
shows up first.
Yeah, well, that's his personal detail waiting on him, and they get the call, and they're in, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean,
pretty regular.
We've watched the entourage come out of the building, along with the entourage that brings them into the building.
We want to be ready today. And you're in his seat, by the way, so, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm sure between now and Thanksgiving, I believe we'll have a few encounters with him.
Oh, you'll have a few. Every fourth time we've been here.
Realistically speaking, on a percentage basis, from now until Thanksgiving,
We'll see
I figure a couple.
Times. A half a dozen even.
You know?
Yeah. could take that long to have the conversation too. I think
that conversation's over too.
yeah, well, he doesn't run by us. I mean, to his credit, he stops by, says hi real quick, and we're ready today.
Yeah, but see, all the politicians are playing the political game with the medication. As far as I was concerned, I put a question up the other day on Facebook, and my question was, should we submit
You're on pretty good, yeah.
a class action lawsuit against the federal government for not releasing the medication
They've had federal
For-
class action lawsuit
for
before.
by denying the people the medication from cannabis that kills cancer. And the government's known that since 1974.
What 9 people are you talking about?
Well, I was
No.
talking about a class action lawsuit.
No, I mean, well, there was a class action lawsuit with 500 patients in it, filed in Philadelphia in 1999.
And what happened with that?
People would want to say they might have taken the wrong tact. It was dismissed. I went to the.
Well, that was a while back.
Yeah.
But since then, there's been some new, updated information.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I mean,
it's
what I thought was it would be a great reaction, what people would think with that question. God forbid if you had a loved one that passed away from cancer.
Well, a lawsuit like that would take money, and you'd have to find interested parties and lawyers and researchers, and you know, it's a lot more than.
Well,
it's a lot to do.
Even saying going after the economical end, which would probably never happen.
Never. Not in a lawsuit, no.
But from the common sense avenue, it may very well open the door to some more serious consideration rather than the BS.
Well, yeah, there's no reason not to do it if you can take care of the financial considerations and the resources for manpower. It doesn't affect anything. That's the only real risks for the potential benefits. You know what I would like to see happen? How many states are it now? First, Colorado and Washington, then Alaska, the District of Columbia, and who else? There's one more. How can
Oregon.
Oregon passed
Oregon.
social use law.
Oregon.
Okay, I hear you.
Sorry.
I want to be sure. Well, you know, for the people who might rely on that information. So who's going to be next? And here's why I'm asking you. Whoever is going to be next, it's going to be in a state where they have initiative and referendum. They're going to need signatures, and signatures require money in many cases. What I would like to see would be states like New Jersey, who are not going to get this passed while Governor Christie's in, actually spend some time helping a state they might not have ever been to with a fundraiser, something, to help them get the signatures they need, because the best thing we have going in New Jersey now is Colorado and Washington having the successes they are. And when Alaska and Oregon and District of Columbia have more data come in, they're going to follow suit.
You hung him out. You hung him out to dry.
What, he fooled me? It's not Oregon?
No.
But to answer your question on which state would be the next, I'm figuring the state that has the most Indian tribes.
Oklahoma? Florida?
Whichever state has the most American Indian tribes, I believe would be the next one.
I'm surprised. I think that there might be a major reservation doing that as well, except for they don't profit from it. They really wouldn't profit from it. But they would have the ability to do it. And if we're not stopping if we're not getting in states' way, their
no doubt.
Sovereignty would be respected.
No doubt.
Interesting. I would think that, you think California'd be next, but there's so many people there, they can't get together on a course of action for almost
but look
anything.
what they did. Look what they did in California. They shut the fucking main valve
Oh,
off.
oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
And
I'm sorry.
Oh.
no!
Oh. You know,
I'm sorry.
about 5 minutes ago, you didn't see this. About 30 kids walked by here. So just so you know.
Well,
Just so you know. And actually, there goes a
I
couple more
don't-
kids. There's a couple more kids right there.
Oh, look
Watch
at
out. Governor Christie's going to get you, kids. Look out. Run, kids, run. Governor Christie's going to eat you. He's going to eat you. Run, kids, run. Okay, I think they got away.
Thank God.
Yeah, we can pretty much say what we want if nobody can see over there. They can't see the throngs that are sitting patiently listening to every word we say.
There's a bunch of people here watching the show, but I think they're homeless. Or
Or-
politicians.
Or imaginary.
Well, they're either homeless or politicians. It's hard to tell the difference sometimes.
Well, we will set up our table. The table.
Yeah. Here we go. Another supporter. Another Stone supporter, ladies and gentlemen.
We were waiting anxiously to see Governor Christie.
We're still waiting for Governor Christie so we can get him high.
That's his place setting, though. That's right there.
Are we allowed to get the governor stoned?
We had a couple political questions to ask him, didn't we?
Let's get him high before we ask him those political questions and see how he answers
Get him
them.
high on life and the truth.
No,
you know?
he gets.
Set him free. Well, you know, he doesn't
Shut up and
he
sit
doesn't
down.
come by here every day. But we certainly. Well, you're technically.
Doesn't matter.
You're
Just
keeping.
shut up and sit
You're
down.
keeping his seat warm for him. I'm sure that'd be fine by him. We got set up early today. What time were we set up? 10:30.
We were set up before 10:30,
All
man.
done.
It was
10
great.
top up, everything hooked up, podcast running at 10:30 today, because he's come here at 20 to 11 on the average, within 5 minutes of that. Quarter till, 10 till.
I agree.
He's never beat 10:30, so
That-
we got here early today.
That has been my experience with my sightings.
It's really something between Lefty and me getting set up too, because like he's in pain and I
This
got
is
bad
huge.
feet. Yeah.
This is huge.
We thought we might catch him. He came by, 2 weeks ago, and Lefty had a shout out to him, asked him to be on the podcast. He said, not today. So
Right.
for now, we're going to get here when we're at the State House, not the Annex. We're going to get here early and have the table set up. Next time we'll have a water pitcher and glasses, perhaps, you know, and might put a tablecloth of some kind on it. Actually, you know, you'd be allowed, if you wanted, you could roll a joint of your medicine and put it out at the place setting and see if it's still there when he leaves. Didn't the weed man send him a joint one time?
Weed Man sent him a lot of joints.
One that I know of for sure. I believe he made mention of it too. The governor one time. Maybe he didn't.
Did you get a chance to read his article today?
I read an article. It says here about women and Viagra. Something about Chris Christie says women's Viagra pill will only increase lesbianism. Have you seen that story?
No, scroll it down. Let me see. No offense, but some people don't trust you.
Yeah. Oh, I lost it. Hold on. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Chris Christie, quote, women's Viagra pill will only increase lesbianism. Where is this? What site is this on?
It's written by Leah Vatkens.
This isn't like an Onion
On
story, is it?
Newslow, whatever Newslow is. So in this story, he talks about Viagra and lesbianism. It's
And
very
you
interesting.
can tell that it's a real article, not an Onion or
I'm setting a narrative here, Jim. This is my
Charlie-
narrative, so
Charlie Hebron
I'm
or-
reading this off the internet, so it must be true. It says, Christie recently addressed the rumors that pharmaceutical companies are extensively researching a Viagra pill for women. The New Jersey governor allegedly denied that such a pill would have numerous benefits for women in a televised interview, verbally attacking the host for asking such offensive and idiotic questions. Christie said, "Oh no, I really feel like women could use a Viagra pill. Like we don't have enough dykes already."
Nah, he
This
wouldn't
is what
say
it
that.
says.
Nah,
This
I
is what it
can't believe
said.
that.
I'm reading off the thing here. Asked to elaborate on his offensive language, the anything but subtle Republican stated that the only thing such a pill would do for the women of the world is to get them to change their sexual orientation. I think Harry Anslinger's voice should say that. So if you
I can't believe that he would actually say say that on record.
This is great. The only thing
not that
such
I'm
a
not-
pill would do for the women of the world is to get them to change their sexual orientation. That's Harry Anslinger, man. That's something Harry would say,
Yeah, it is.
right? I'm telling you, man. He's a disciple of Harry. He is a disciple. All he's missing is the voice.
I'll tell you who's going to be happy to hear this, though. Chris Rock. No, I saw he did a very good thing back when Bob Dole was the ED spokesperson, saying that now we needed a pill for women to make people like Bob Dole attractive and
I wish I had my hood.
mate worthy. And you know, I know how they meant that. I mean, I think Bob Dole's an attractive guy as it is. They're talking about in a sexual
Bob Dole is
situation.
hot. I love Bob Dole. All the women love Bob Dole. Oh, Bob Dole.
Well, I like the way he referred to himself in the third person. Bob Dole. I
I'm
wouldn't do
Bob
that.
Dole, and you all love me.
Well,
You all love my pickles, don't you? Doesn't he make dill? Oh, that's dill. What did Dole make?
excuse me?
Didn't Dole make pineapples, right? Okay, pineapples. And speaking of pineapples, we have to call the Weed Man's Joint and order some pineapples. Let's 322 East State Street, the Weed Man's Joint. We have to call them on the air and order pineapples.
Who delivers?
They deliver. They will deliver to this table right here when I smoke my joint.
They will deliver to the,
Yes, I
they
talked
will
to
deliver to the State House.
I talked to L, the big tall guy. He says he will deliver to here. So let's make that call in a few minutes. But let me listen to this. Let me finish the Christie story. Listen to this, in Harry Anslinger's voice. The men of today already have
Ooh,
enough.
that's pretty good.
This is good, right?
No, that's not bad.
I need the music. What I need is the music. The da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. We'll work that out next time. The men of today already have enough trouble satisfying women as it is. Why do you think Viagra was invented in the first place? But no, let's amplify women's sex drives even further. That'll definitely help them feel more satisfied and relaxed. And who are they going to turn to quench that thirst? Other women! Men aren't machines, but neither are they. They just haven't realized it yet, Christie concluded.
I thought, was that reported anywhere else?
I hope so. I hope everybody sees the
No,
story.
I mean, because if it, it's, I'm happy that he's having a dialogue that shows a little removal from reality, because it makes it easier for us to explain our position, and that he's just got his ways. He's setting them, and I don't know how long he's been setting that way, but
he says one of the comments are, maybe if Governor Christie could actually see his junk, he might not have much trouble satisfying. Oh my God! Oh, these comments are brutal.
yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not going to read them.
No, I don't think
They're
you should.
terrible.
No,
Terrible.
that's not what we do here.
We don't.
No,
Okay, we don't.
we go so far into Christie's other endeavors
Yeah,
only to
I'm
relate
not
to
reading these
medical
comments.
marijuana as it is. So,
I'm not even sure this is a true story.
no.
I don't, it's
and, and I'll tell you something else. He's lost a lot of weight. I mean, I know it was for having a lap band and all, but I don't know. It seems like making weight jokes about him sometimes, kind of like what he does about medical marijuana, even when it's not true. He keeps the same old jokes up.
yeah, but you know what? Once you
It's
start
like the
defending,
pension, though, too, right?
you can't defend this guy, because I always wear this thing, and whenever I think about, Christie's not such a bad guy, and then I look at this. And that's all. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say nothing. That's all. That's all. Let's call the Weed Man's Joint and order some pineapple. What do you want from the Weed Man's Joint? Let's look at the menu and let's order some food.
He wants to go eat at the joint.
Hey, who's buying, by the way? Is that you guys buying? Can CMMNJ pay for our lunch?
I was thinking about going there afterwards.
No. Let's have it
Nope.
delivered.
That was my thought.
Well, every time you think you weaken the nation.
The podcast bill is due.
Yeah, my knees do hurt.
The coalition is not going to be able to pay for anything this week.
All right, let's look up the Weed Man's Joint. All right, you guys can do your little radio stick here, and I'll be the producer, since we have no producer, unless somebody else wants to.
Give a call, and
Yeah, I'll
I
do
want to
that.
explain what you meant about the wristband you're wearing. I believe that's Sabina Rose, is it?
Yeah.
Well, for just to
Sad.
talk a little about why that was, is Sabina Rose, the child of Paula and Philip Joanna, died December 2nd, 2013. And at 15 months old, Sabina was going through the process to become a legal medical marijuana patient in New Jersey.
and the fact that the process was not expedited in any way for somebody like her. As a matter of fact, any child needs more doctors than an adult, including a psychiatrist evaluation, to get their card. So on December 2nd, the same day their child died, our governor responded to a question by saying that he was done expanding the medical marijuana program under any circumstances. So the same day this little girl died, he reiterated that he was done expanding a program. You know, which is, I'll tell you, he's got some gall. Because he cut so much out of the program, he decimated it, that anything he does to expand it's just putting back what he took out. It'd be like saying, okay, William, I'm taking your $20 an hour.
That's a fact.
$20 an hour pay, and I'm reducing it to $10. And then after you complain for a while, I make it 12 and say, there, I've just increased your pay. But you're not even yet even. So when he's saying he has expanded the law for children who need it, it was because he was forced to, and then he only did what he needed to do to say that, refer to it as a compromise, so that he looks like the great compromiser. Even when he does get pushed, he turns it around into looking like it's something that he really had something to do with. And yet sometimes I look back at the old videos, like I posted last week from 2012 or 13, or 2012, when he answered a question on 101.5 FM, Ask the Governor show. He talked about the bill that he inherited, and the governor signed at 3 in the morning, the morning he was not going to be governor anymore. Like, that really makes it worse for the governor to implement. But he...
No, you opened the door to the game.
Yeah, but then what he did is he just picked it apart and used his influence, both covert and overtly, to decimate the bill. And what he said on that radio show is he complained that he had to rewrite the law by regulation. He used that phrase, and it's against New Jersey state law to rewrite a law in a regulatory process. So he went on the radio and admitted that he broke a state law by what he calls rewriting it during the regulatory process because he had to, and nobody took issue with it. This is something that the legislature could have stepped in and used that comment to have some real action. But they lost their will during the process when they were going to invalidate the regulations. They came within one vote of doing that. And New Jersey law allows us to do that, allows them. It's never been done in the state of New Jersey ever. And we are one of the first 3 states. That's a long time. It's never been done, and it got right to the point where one more vote and it would have invalidated the regulations. We would have had to start over again, and everybody would have been better off. And this was in 2010, the end of 2010. It wasn't even a year. They were already complaining then. And the legislature didn't follow through.
Right.
So what have they done now? They've started the same process with a resolution that's sitting in a Senate committee, and it's already passed the Assembly, that would invalidate the regulations. They've taken the first step over again, and I don't see them really making a move. I don't know why they do that. These are our friends I'm complaining about too. Our friends in the legislature, you realize that everything that's going wrong we predicted, but we were the tree falling in the forest with no one there to hear. We weren't allowed to play with the other trees.
Saw it coming. We saw all this coming.
We don't have a seat at the table, so we bring our own here.
Yeah, you can have a seat here, Governor.
And if you imagined every time there was a change or something going to be planned, if we were included, we don't get a vote. We're not asking for a vote. We're just saying before you vote, talk to us. We'll give you the information we got.
The menu's up.
And then you vote however you want.
Okay.
So
here we go. I got the menu. Are you guys hungry? Gazpacho soup. I didn't know they had gazpacho soup.
I'm not going to have anything myself.
They have
I tell you the pineapple.
I
What's it
was
called? The
thinking about getting something
pineapple.
afterwards.
What's that? What you
I
say?
was thinking about going there afterwards.
Well, I'm going to have them deliver food here. So what do you want? You want a turkey burger?
Yeah, it's too early for me.
All right. Well, let's call them on the
Sorry.
air. Let's see how hard it is to order food, or how easy it is actually at the Weedman's Joint. Creamy broccoli soup? What? Oh God.
They have a fairly healthy
Oh,
menu. Yeah, I know.
look
It's not
at
what you
this.
expected.
This
No
is-
Cheetos.
Look, a turkey burger platter, egg white combo, waffle platter, all for $4.20. Grilled fruit bowl, chicken bowl, grilled peanut butter sandwich, grilled cheese. Here we go. The soups: fish tea soup, creamy broccoli soup, lentil soup. I'm ordering gazpacho soup, and the entrees are.
You just like to say gazpacho.
I love gazpacho.
You like to say it.
Gazpacho. Gazpacho. Jerk chicken. I'm going to order jerk chicken and gazpacho soup. How's that sound?
That sounds really good.
You want one? Lentil? You want a lentil soup? Let's try the lentils. Okay, lentil soup. We have one lentil, a jerk chicken, a gazpacho, and what else? What do you want?
let me try. I don't know what jerk chicken is.
It's all 420?
I'll try that. If you're going by that, I'll try it too.
You gonna try it?
Yeah, I'll try the jerk chicken.
You want? All right. So we got 3 jerk chickens. 3 really? 3 jerk chickens? All right. 3 jerk chickens, 1 lentil, 1 gazpacho. What do you want, Bill?
I'm going to stop there after the.
Yes.
Nothing right
You said
now.
that already.
I'm sorry, nothing.
No, I'm like my grandma. My grandma always just, are you hungry? Here, have something. Come on. I know you're hungry. Have something. I know you're hungry. Here, have something. I know you're hungry. Order something.
All right. How about the pineapples?
Grilled pineapple. Oh, thank
That's
you.
what I tasted before.
Thank you.
Is awesome.
I'm gonna get one of those too. All right, you got it.
It's got a little something
All right.
on it. What is that on the grilled pineapple?
All right. Yeah, it's some. I'll
It's got
ask him.
Got a
Let's
little
ask him.
kick to it. It's good. It's very good.
Let's ask him. All right.
I don't know if they put like a teriyaki sauce on it or not. What was that on Monday?
All right. Here we go. Let's see if this.
That's some pretty advanced technology. What do you call that? A microphone under the telephone?
Pretty much.
Yeah, you went out and said, give me the best you got, and they said, look, take this little microphone, stick it under the phone, put the phone on speakerphone.
Yeah. Hi. This
Put it
is,
in a box.
This is Lefty. You're on the air with Fully Baked Radio. I'd like to place an order.
Hey, what would you like to order?
Who is this? Is this the Weed Man?
What?
Is this the Weed Man?
What's up?
Who is this? Who is this? Phil?
Of course, man. I said this is Flip.
Flip. What are you doing? You're supposed to be on the radio here with us. What are you doing there?
Man, I'm over here working for the man, the weed man.
What do you mean you're working for the man? You get over here and do the radio show with us. This is your show, man. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching.
Are you watching us?
How's everything going down there?
Oh, you are one viewer?
You said it's Hitler.
All right, well, listen. We'd like to, I want to ask you a question first. What's on the grilled pineapples? Those grilled pineapples are amazing. What is on those?
I can't even tell you. That's a secret. You gotta come in.
Pineapples?
Okay, well, we want to order, and L said he would deliver to us. So we want to order 3 jerk chickens. We're at the State House right now, out front. We're easy to spot. You can't miss us.
You know what? We actually took off the grilled chicken off of the menu.
Grilled chicken's off the menu? Okay, what can I order then?
The grilled fruits. My bad.
There's no chicken? There's no chicken at all, Phil?
No, the grilled fruit.
Okay.
Come on now. First we serve chicken.
Okay, so do you have jerk chicken or no?
Yep.
You have jerk chicken. Let me get
Yep.
3 jerk chickens.
We serve them in 4s. So you want 12, like 3 separate orders of 4s?
Yeah, 3 orders of jerk chicken.
What would you like as your sides?
Oh wow, we have sides. Oh, here we go. Okay, I didn't see that. What kind of side? You have macaroni salad?
We have pasta salad.
That's awesome.
Dang it.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. That pasta salad is amazing. Yeah, give me some pasta salad.
All pasta salads?
Yeah.
We also have a 710 lineup now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Would you like me to tell you what's on our 710?
Yes, please.
All right, on our 710 we have mahi burgers with plantains and kiwi salsa. We have chicken or shrimp nachos, toppings, and we have a salmon special with sauteed cabbage and potato salad. And they're all 710. Those are our specials just for.
Oh man, I'm starving. Now I'm starving.
Man, we're waiting on you.
Okay, so you know what? I didn't know you had gazpacho soup, man. You have gazpacho soup, dude. I want some of that.
Have the who?
Gazpacho soup.
Oh, the nachos, the chicken.
No,
would you
no.
like chicken or shrimp?
No, gazpacho, the soup.
Oh,
the soup.
we actually don't.
Okay, you don't have that? Okay.
What are you reading? The menu off the internet?
Yeah. How about the yeah, it's not.
Only our 420 menus are available at the moment.
Okay.
So on our 420 menu, we have an egg white combo. We have the waffle platter, the veggie burger platter, turkey burger platter, the chicken wing platter, which you just ordered, a mini meatball stub, chicken and waffle platter.
Okay, so yeah, that's good. The 3 jerk chicken and 2 orders of pineapple.
Maybe I should change my jerk chicken to.
There is no.
Okay.
We don't have pine. Wait, is there pine? Is there pineapple or no? Yeah, there's no pineapple.
Okay, so we're gonna change one thing. We're gonna make, instead of 3 jerk chickens, it'll be 2 jerk chickens and 1 veggie burger.
All right, cool.
And that'll be it.
All right.
And there's no soup, right? No soup at all, Phil? No soup at all?
Nah, no soup at all at the moment.
Okay. No soup for you. Okay.
Wow, it's lunchtime.
So that's
what kind
cool.
of salad would you like with that veggie? A pasta?
Pasta salad with the veggie burger? It's great. The pasta salad is amazing. Yes.
Let me have it.
Yes, it's great. Trust me. You'll love it. Okay, cool.
All right, that's it?
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm going to bring you up and give you the total right now.
What do you mean you're going to ring me up? What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean, you're going to ring me up? What does that mean?
I'm going to punch some buttons into the register.
Yeah, I don't want you to punch
So I
me,
find
man.
what you're gonna
No,
pay me.
man. Okay, are you totaling the order up for us? Okay, yeah. I think. Okay.
Total is $13.49.
$13.49.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
And give us about 20 minutes or so. L will be down to drop that off.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, man. See you soon. Thanks. See ya. Okay. Hey, Cindy, we just ordered food from the Weedman's Joint.
NJ Weedman's Joint.
NJ Weedman's Joint.
.com.
So, I got my joint. The Weedman's got his joint, I got my joint, and I'm ready.
Mom just found mine underneath the steps. I dropped it. That's why I'm late.
Hold that up.
Okay, cool. So bring it on down. The lefty's got one to share.
Okay, Cindy's doing her own show, but she's not on a mic. We'll give her a mic so we can hear what she's talking about, please. Now, Cindy, wait a minute.
Hello.
Before you come on the show, we need to talk.
Yes.
Did you straighten anything out with the Weedman yet?
I sent a kiss.
You
and a
did?
hug.
You
Yes.
did?
Yes.
All right. You got to straighten this shit out. Can you go down there and just go give him a hug, and
Sure.
please, and then come back and tell us what happened? Because really, you got to straighten this out with him, please. Please.
Is he gonna hug me
Yes,
back?
yes,
He's gonna
yes,
hug me
yes.
back.
If you hug him, he'll hug you. It'll be a great thing.
It's gonna be a 20-second hug because that like releases serotonin and
Yeah, release those serotonins. You guys need to
we
release
both
some.
need to release some of that serotonin.
Yeah,
I'll
put
tell
all
ya.
that shit behind you, please, and just move forward.
No problem.
Please, please.
Is he gonna like at least like cats?
Well, we have to work on that with him, I think.
We both have to work on that.
Yeah. That's a problem.
I got some depressed cats at home, you know.
Okay.
They're like they're starting to think about having their own protest down there.
Yeah, so yeah, go down there and just take the walk down there and come back and we'll give you the show and let us know what happened, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you.
Okay.
I knew you'd come around.
Can I wait until backup gets here?
Who's your backup?
It's the United States Marines and Army.
Okay. All right, give William his mic back because we're going to talk about medical-freedom.com right now.
Again, we also got to talk about post-traumatic stress
Well,
disorder to be
that'll
put
get
on
there.
this list for veterans.
Okay, so medical-freedom.com has the best flags I've ever seen in my life. Do you have a flag flying at the Weed Man's Joint, by the way?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't have one there yet.
Jeez. This is a problem, Bill. You talking about me with my marketing skills? You have the Weed Man's Joint. There was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there. And where's your flag?
And
where's your flag?
On a picture of Anslinger's grave with the flag on it.
That's there?
That is at the temple. Liberty Bell Temple 3. There are flags hanging from the ceiling. The one with the star and the Statue of Liberty. Then there's another one with a picture of a leaf in green, black, and white. And then there's, I believe there's also another one. And I'm trying to remember which one it is.
Make one up.
In any event.
You could lie.
In any event, there are a lot of flags out there within the cannabis community.
Flags with an L, you said. Flags, you said.
Flags.
Flags, you said.
F-L.
Flags. Okay, I thought I heard you wrong. I'm just, no problem. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
That's
Relax.
good, that's good, that's good. And in any event, I guess we brought up about the possibility of the cannabis community not having an official flag. And I'm sure the flags that I was just referring to were the ones that were thinking,
How about Wayne?
could I be the one?
How about Wayne be the official?
Pardon me?
Wayne could be the official flag. Oh,
Wayne?
flag. Flag with an L, sorry.
Wayne?
Wayne. But I missed flag. I thought, never mind. My bad.
Where are we going?
My bad. Sorry.
Where are we going?
We're doing a medical-freedom.com. That's where we're going. Do you have a store? You have a storefront somewhere?
Do you have like online flags maybe?
Yeah. Medical.
Freedom.com. Well, how come you're not selling more?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the best because I'm in competition with other people that have their flag.
Who has flags?
There are other organizations that are selling flags.
Not like yours. Not like the medical-freedom.com.
No.
It's green.
No.
You are
But there are weed flags out there.
But nothing like medical-freedom.com's compassion flags.
That's only because of the fact that flag represents the medical marijuana states and also comes with a document letting you know how and when the states became legal. Kind of like Betsy Ross' declaration. Yeah, I figured if I didn't do it, someone else would.
Well, you're doing what the original American flag did. It started out with a certain number of states, and you started out with a certain number of states who were medical marijuana states and included that many stars within the cannabis leaf in the field of blue and increased it one star at a time. But eventually, as happened with our country, you need so many different designs. What happens when all 50 states? Are you going to have 50 stars or
Well, here's what I was looking at. I know that historically we get to the point of 25 states. We then open it up to the rest of the country. So I do have a few thoughts in regards to that. But it's like anything else. You know, like you create a product and you hope that the product can work out. And in this regard, this particular product is also doing a percentage of all flag sales is going to patients with PTSD. But, you know, being creative and you're out there trying to do things creatively, then there's competition.
Being so creative here.
You just have to figure out how to put the competition in its place. That's all.
Everybody's got a place, but you have your flag trademarked and registered with the Library of
Yes,
Congress.
I do. Not only that, but the the design itself is even copywritten with the federal government.
Yeah. In the Library of Congress.
By who? Who's doing your copywriting for you?
Oh, that was done by an attorney of mine by the name of Frank Haney.
Frank Haney. He's your attorney, Frank Haney?
Yes,
really?
he is. Yes.
That guy's awesome.
Yes, he is, pretty much.
He's doing my thing for Sativa Cross. Frank Haney. From Philly, right?
Right. Well,
Yeah,
actually, no, he's using the Philly number.
Well, he's all over. He's everywhere, that guy. That guy is like omnipresent. I mean, he's everywhere. I'm surprised he doesn't pop up here one day. He's good. He's good like that.
That may take something, but a very good possibility.
Yeah.
In any event, and I'm congratulating you with your Sativa Cross trademark.
Hey.
He is now a owner of intellectual property.
Yeah, I can use the little TM signal, or the.
No, you get the circled R.
The circle R. The R circle.
Or the TM.
The TM.
Or whatever you choose to do.
I like the TM. That's I like that. Those little because it's little. They're little TM. It's a little T and a little M. It's cute, but it's capital, but it's cute. It's cute. I like it.
Well, right now you're Brandon. So I know we had a conversation earlier, and we were talking about the cannabis community, and with the cannabis community seems to be the only place right now for employment. So we have everybody and their mother scrambling with wanting to get a piece by any way possible, realistically speaking, without treading on anyone's toes. But unfortunately, our society does not work that way, and that's a shame. In any event, so Sativa Cross is seriously considering doing some intense groundbreaking, bringing on a segment, hopefully,
many segments,
with Frank Haney as the cannabis counselor for legal information.
Frank Haney is going to be our cannabis counselor
for the segment for Sativa Cross.
Wow,
I believe
that'll work. That would work.
It would do more than work.
I like that.
Look, there's no one else breaking ground the way you are right now, flying under the flag of Sativa Cross.
Yeah, man, this is good. I like all the help we're getting, and Frank would be a huge help. Oh my God.
Well, we look at this community, and we really don't have any segment anywhere where I could ask a cannabis counselor for information, legally speaking, to protect me.
Yeah, we used to have a cannabis counselor.
And if he could not do that, I'm sure he would refer. But the fact of the matter is you went to TaneyLegal.com.
That's right, TaneyLegal.com.
You can find out more information, and you can see the list of the topics and subjects that he covers, or I should say represents.
At TaneyLegal.com. TaneyLegal.com. Another, and yeah, that's pretty good. I want him on the show. Now the thing I want to do is, I want him.
I know you have some thoughts.
I like this idea. I like this.
I know you have some thoughts on where you want to take Sativa Cross.
Well, I like this idea because we used to have a counselor, a cannabis counselor.
Okay.
He wasn't on the show, but he was always in the background helping us. His name was William Buckman.
Okay.
And he was a wonderful cannabis counselor to a lot of us. He was my attorney for years, and he passed away last year. So that void needs to be filled.
Hearing about that.
Yeah, that
My
void.
condolences went out.
There's definitely a void there, and we need some legal counseling. We need someone to call. We have people to call. There are people we can call, but nobody that we have a segment like you're talking about. I like that.
I thought you might.
Yeah. I also want to do the Gong Show.
The Bong Show?
Yeah, we'll call it something different, but yeah, we'll have rappers come up and spit, and we'll have guitar players come up, and maybe somebody will come tell jokes, and we'll tell them how awful they are. Yeah, we'll laugh at them and tell them how bad they are. Do you have any acts? Can you do an act? Can you tell jokes?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't, unfortunately.
Do you play guitar?
No.
Do you dance? Would you be willing to do an act so we can gong you on the Gong Show?
I might participate in one segment.
All right, we'll figure something out for you. No, that's a yes.
No, that's
a
no,
yes.
that's not.
sorry.
Let's not throw expectations on that, okay, pal?
So I'm going to go medicate with my medical marijuana. Again. I need to use my medical marijuana about every 2 hours, so I'm about due already.
Well, that's one of the complaints from people who don't like medical marijuana, that you have to do it that often.
Yeah, it's a
But
lot.
who does that affect other than you? So why would that be anybody else's concern?
Right.
You ever see that commercial? I forget if it's Aleve or something, but it's like, used to be I had to take a pill at lunchtime. Now I can make it all day. And I'm thinking, you lazy bastard, complaining that you got to take a pill.
I got to take a pill.
Oh, my God. Yeah. You know, the guy's like, he's a FedEx deliverer. Yeah. So I'm thinking, and yet you have no gripes about being having to do this every 2 hours as long as it helps your pain.
You know, it's funny because I don't like having to smoke cannabis. I liked wanting to smoke cannabis. I don't want to have to smoke anything. See, when I'm in pain, I have to use this. I was a recreational user for years, and I smoked cannabis when I wanted to, which was at night or in the morning, twice a day, 3 times a day, maybe. Now I'm smoking all day long, and I don't like it. I don't like it because I have to do it. I don't like having to do anything. There's a difference between having to do it and wanting to do it. And every patient out there, if you're a patient, you know what I'm talking about, because I used to like marijuana a lot more before I was injured. And now that I have to use it, it's not the same. So that's all I'm saying. But it's better than anything else.
Is it maybe not the same also since it's become legal? And
no, I just don't like having to use something for pain
whether
all the time.
Even
whatever it is.
5 years ago, now, whenever.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not, because some people would say, well, you know, all the fun's going to go out of it, and it's not the looking over your shoulder that you like any more than anybody else.
Well, Jim,
likes.
you know we have some fun. When we go to police stations, come on, you know we have a little fun with that. That's kind of cool.
You know, you got to have fun when you're doing a job sometimes, too.
I mean,
that's what you're doing.
You got to enjoy what you're doing, and I kind of enjoy what I'm doing right now. I really do. This is passion. This is what passion looks like, ladies and gentlemen. This is doing something you love. You're looking at it. All of us here in the rain. All of us are here standing in the rain, and you tell me we don't have passion? Come on. Come on now. Now, here's some passion. See ya.
That looks like 100 millimeters, easy.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yo, lunch should be coming soon.
Should we take a break, or you want to keep going? I think you're going to keep going, Jim.
Oh,
If I know you, you're going to keep going.
You could put on some music really quiet in the background, though. I mean,
Or Bill. And you are? Daniel. So anyway, Daniel, you're looking good. I mean, you got
you take the,
more color in your face this week than you had last week.
how's the battery in this mic?
Or the week before that. That might be a bad
go across the street?
Well, I mean, if you got enough battery, we're not really likely to use it here. I could turn the camera around.
All the time.
No, periodically. But I'm in a period right now.
Give people a perspective on you medicating. It's funny, you know, nobody can tell that you're legal to look at you, and you go across the street and use your medicine, and nobody really pays attention.
Fully Baked Radio, coming to you live from Trenton, New Jersey, from Sativa Cross Live Studios. SativaCross.com, CMMNJ.org, the Coalition for Medical Marijuana, New Jersey, in the house.
The weekly podcast every Thursday. You know how many other groups have had weekly protests at the State House?
Let me tally that up.
10 plus, minus, none. No. They tend to get all their guns out at once and come in one big group and go home. I got to tell you, you know, we our consistency, I think, trumps the massive amounts of people others can get out at times. I remember the first teachers union protests here some years ago when the governor was first tackling the pension reform, and 25,000 teachers showed up, and the governor responded, yeah, I just had a beer and a pizza. And you know, I mean, that metaphorically, I'm sure he didn't have a beer, maybe he said a soft drink. He said, yeah, I just had a slice of pizza and worked. He didn't care that there were 25,000 of them there. And yet, with a small handful of us and the cones that we used to put out last year, he'd have to walk through traffic cones on his way into work. I gotta tell you, if you wanted to, I got 2 extra umbrellas here. You wanted to bring them over there today. We come prepared for rain or shine. It is nice to see somebody finally getting that relief legally in New Jersey. I tell you, Lefty's pain is no joke either. You would not trade places. And yet he shows up here every week, sets up his podcast. Breaks it down and gets ready to do it again next week. It's a Monday podcast as well. We'll be bringing I'm just taking a flag down because I want Governor Christie's placemat to be visible. I got hopes he's still coming. Yeah, I was looking. Well, you know, we get a lot of emergency vehicles going up and down the road here. States currently allow medical marijuana for the treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder. Those states offer a look at actual positive results, as well as whether or not the benefits outweigh the risks. That's what I call a gym rap. Not rap, not singing. More Vietnam veterans have killed themselves than had died in combat. It's an amazing statistic. For these and other reasons, a bill to add PTSD to the list of qualifying conditions for receiving medical marijuana in New Jersey was introduced and passed in the Assembly by a margin of 53 to 13. It was scheduled to be voted on in the Senate Health and Senior Service Committee on June 15th, but was pulled from consideration without explanation on June 10th by committee chairman Senator Svitelli
Chairman Vitelli does not think that there are enough committee votes to pass it out of committee. He should tell veterans which committee members he knows would vote no. There was not an announcement. Veterans are asking CMMNJ what this means, and we can't tell him because Senator Vitelli has not responded to an inquiry from a CMMNJ board member. This should not be a secret and proposed open government. You should not pull the rug out from under hopeful veterans with PTSD who are on the ledge. It's my new phrase, veterans on the ledge. I imagine that's where many of them feel like they are. I can't imagine to have to want to suppress a thought so badly as many veterans with post-traumatic stress feel every day, all the time. And to have a bill to get legal medical marijuana for veterans with post-traumatic stress in New Jersey, to have anyone stand in the way without saying why, we're not going to allow it. It's not about changing somebody's mind, it's exposing their mind sometimes, and the only way to do that is through conversation. Which is why you don't hear a lot of people who are against medical marijuana standing up for the courage of their convictions. They're not asking us to have a discussion. Here I sit at the table.
Yeah, I hear dead air, and I'm like, what's going on over there? I'd rather hear Bill talk than hear dead air.
Pardon me?
We got extra umbrellas over here in case you need them. You kind of do. So we wait for the governor to come to our table, in spite of the fact that we are never offered a seat at his table. I guess everybody's got their own table. I mean, I know it's metaphorical mostly, but this is a literal table. That's the sound of a real table. governor having the courage of his convictions. If anybody would sit down at our table, he would. Every possibility that a bill will reach his desk this year, seeking to add post-traumatic stress disorder as an allowable indication for entry into our medical marijuana program. And it's 2 quick votes away from happening. All the way through the assembly already. Identical bill sitting in the Senate Health and Senior Services Committee. Chairman Joseph Vitelli pulled the post-traumatic stress bill from consideration 5 days before it was to be voted on in committee. Now I'm guessing, although he hasn't replied to requests for information as to why he would do that, I'm guessing the reason bills are pulled from committee is when they're not sure they have the votes to get it out. And I don't know if it's an embarrassment or it just ends the process, which is more distasteful to him, but Chairman of the Senate Health and Senior Services Committee has not explained why Senate Bill 2898 was pulled from consideration last Monday. Well, Monday and a half ago. And the way it works is Senator Vitelli will say, I pulled the bill from consideration because I was not sure it had the votes to pass out of committee. Which means, out of 9 committee members, 8 other than himself, he thinks he knows how the people are going to vote. But we don't. So I'm just saying, if the chairman of the committee that the bill is stuck in now, if he thinks it doesn't have the votes, if he thinks that's true, we want him to tell us which senators will vote against it. So I took a look. I took a look at the 8 other senators on his committee and how they voted to add additional strains of cannabis in a vote in 2013. And it turns out 4 voted against that who are now on the health committee. So out of 9 members, 4 voted against an improvement that would have helped children 2 years ago. So maybe that's all he's done is look at how they voted in the past, as I have, and see that there's a problem. Now, while in the assembly, all 13 negative votes against this bill were from Republican assemblymen, there's 2 Democrats, 2 out of 6 on the health committee who voted against medical marijuana every step of the way. Now, I know most people think all Democrats in the legislature support medical marijuana, but there was one Senator Bill Cody, Democrat, who not only always votes against it, as the head of the Senate in 2009, when this bill passed its final vote in the Senate, he made a joke about it from the floor, something I think is in very bad taste. Senator Cody pretended to take a call from Olympian Michael Phelps, congratulating Senator Scutari on passing the medical marijuana bill. What our own Senator Cody did was make a joke about a mental health issue from the podium while presiding over the Senate. Senator Cody made a joke publicly as possible relating medical marijuana to the social use of marijuana. There were patients there that day who are no longer with us, who in effect, the thing that keeps them alive, as long as it did, is nothing more than a joke
to our Senator Cody, who now sits in the Health Committee and will oppose veterans having post-traumatic stress disorder relief through cannabis. But what Senator Cody does not know is this will reach farther than a letter to the editor. This will come to his home office. I have it on good authority. Good authority indeed. Somebody just got eyeballed across the street. On a side note to patients who are across the street, who are not listening to me, your attention through here.
And he's pulling up next to me, and he's pulling up, and he's going, okay, get in. So I'm like, $5. He's like, yeah, just get in, it's fucking raining. So I robbed the taxi driver for $3.
You didn't pay the taxi driver.
Oh, I paid him $5 and he wanted $8. It's 90s prices.
Oh, man.
That's messed up.
$8 across town, are you fucking serious?
Well, it's good to see you, bro. Yeah, man. You just missed our joint. Sorry. There you go. It's not much left. There's like 2 hits. Oh well.
Oh, no!
We're doing a radio show.
N-O.
And I hear dead air.
There's no dead air.
No, I hear dead air, so I'm coming back.
No. You just stay on your side of the road.
No, Cindy. First of all, you have to go talk to Ed before you can come on the show. Please.
I want a pancake.
Go get your pancake.
I want a weed man.
You can't be on the show until you talk to Ed. Seriously.
Get me a weed man piece cake right now. And I'll even give a good tip.
Sorry.
Hey, when's the
Sorry about that.
when's your food gonna get here?
That was loud.
Yes, that was screeching. That was like punishment.
You know what? When L comes, if he drives, you can drive with him.
To go.
L's coming to drop off food.
To get hugs.
And you could go with him to
get
talk.
Hugs.
To get hugs. You're gonna go get hugs. See, okay, the Weed Man's joint doesn't just have. Oh, sorry. The Weed Man's joint has more than just food.
See, I used to be the official hug person.
Now the Weed Man's joint will have hugs. You're gonna go down and get some hugs, Cindy.
Yes, 20 seconds of hugs can release endorphins and serotonin.
The only thing
It's
is,
very
I
good for you.
promised that I said before that you can't come on the show till you talk to him. So go talk to him.
But guess what? Here I am. Hello,
Go talk
world.
to him. I'm shutting your mic off.
I lefty.
I'm gonna shut your mic off.
You know you love me.
I do, but you got to go talk to Ed.
I will, but why right this second?
Because
Can I order
we're
a
doing a
pancake
show.
first?
It's 12:40. By the time you get there, it'll be 1, and the show's over at 2. I want to hear what happened.
Is that a helicopter?
Yeah. See, I want to hear what happened. And you can call me from down there. We'll call you.
Well, I guess somebody's gonna give me a ride when they drop off the food, right?
They should be here any minute, actually.
Okay, well, when they get here, I'll jump in the car like a.
Yeah, let's do that.
Like a hostage. They can take me. And then when Bob gets here, you can tell him that, some dude in, this car just pulled up and took me to go hug people. All right. Well, will that make you happy?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll do anything to serve my country. Sacrifice people have to make for this beautiful country that they love. So, what's going on with this bill for post-traumatic stress disorder for veterans?
Wait a minute.
Well,
No, I was serious. You can't talk until you talk to the weed man. This isn't a bit. This isn't a bit. You got to talk to him.
As soon as that car pulls up, I am in it. I am in it. I'm dropping everything, and I am in that car. But in the meantime, do you know that Delaware has a bill on the table for complete legalization? Yeah, it's HR 39. I support it 100%.
Does it have any sponsorship other than the author?
Well, they got it on the desk. They were going to take it off and legalize it. Delaware has a really great core group.
So you're saying it has a committee? It's in a committee. The bill is.
Yes.
Probably waiting committee hearings, or we would hear more about
and
it.
I've been learning a lot by going down there with this other group, and it's CB Delaware, and yeah, I got their Delaware shirt on for normal Delaware. They have a phone call-in, which is nice. They have people that can call in. They have a YouTube stream. And people can call in and call their senator. They can call in and get involved in a chat line. And I think that's a good idea, Maybe we should start asking people, give them the number and tell them, call your senator. Or you can come here and call your senator.
We're not really able to herd the cats.
Oh, we're not allowed in New Jersey?
And by the way, that's a phrase I use with everybody.
Oh, I'm completely cool with cat wrangling, yeah.
You actually, wrangling. Okay, yeah, you're a cat wrangler.
Yes.
And actually you do quite well at
I
that.
know.
Yeah. You probably the go-to person in New Jersey when a movie or photo shoot needs feline participation.
I'm the best cat wrangler in the world.
That's why they go to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
What does wrangling cats entail?
You're meeting James Franco.
Yeah, well, I've also met Macchio, Chachi. It's Ralph Macchio.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just.
You said you met James Franco too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, he's like 15 tiers above Ralph Macchio.
Oh, I don't know. I thought Ralph Macchio was a lot cuter, nicer. Sorry, Frank.
Yeah.
Sorry, James. I mean, James was okay, but he's kind of young for me. He likes some real young. Sorry again, James. Anyway, he's dating my cat. And that's pretty cool.
He's dating your cat?
Yes, he's dating my cat, 6. Yeah, they've been dating for a while. You could watch the movie. Didn't you watch the movie?
Oh, what movie is this?
This is called The Cat Father.
The Cat Father.
Yes, where James Franco plays the cat's father, and 6 plays the cat part.
Oh, your cat father.
That isn't out in theaters yet.
Well, it's his iPod cast, and and 6, she's not this normal average animal. She went there dressed in her 30 Rock outfit, her leather coat and her tie, and James was petting her, and he was saying, "Wow, cats are pets, not lovers." So she did a horror porn.
A what?
A horror porn.
Oh God.
Yeah, and she's got this other cool porn coming up, like Poe. Porn pays better, don't it? Right?
I never heard of a cat porn in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not sure this is exactly the venue to particularly discuss it. But
Yeah, well, I'm going to turn your mic off again. All right, where's your mic? I'm turning your mic off. That's it. That's enough.
Maybe the voice of reason.
No, I've turned your mic off. I can't take it anymore. I can't take this anymore. Okay. I'll read it as Harry Anslinger. This is the friend I mentioned who would be helping me out. Great to meet you. And this is Mittens. She holds out the kitty's paw as if he's offering to shake. I'll just wave. I'm allergic. An awkward beat. Then, don't just stand there. Come get me a beer. This is awful. This is awful. This isn't funny at all. Are you serious?
You can't make
Go
it
talk
funny.
to Ed. Go.
Really?
Go walk. Go walk there. I can't take it anymore.
Well, don't take it anymore. Stop being an enabler. Be the voice of reason.
Hello, anyone home? This is the police. Wheeler throws down the boom and races to the bathroom. I'm not. I'm glad I turned your mic off. That's awful. Read this, Jim. She wants me to
I'm
read
not
this.
gonna
Read
read
this.
that.
Don't read it on the air. Just look what she wants me to read.
No.
Now, we're doing a medical marijuana protest in
That's
front of the
why-
State
that's why
House.
I'm saying no.
And no, we're not talking about cats. And first of all, you need to go talk to Ed. So where's our food? As soon as our food gets here,
I think
Elle,
they walk down with it, maybe.
are they going to walk? So Elle will walk with you. He's going to walk you like this, arm in arm.
Cold jerk chicken.
We will ask him to walk you arm with the. Oh, jeez. No, we can't read this. Sorry. I'm not reading that. On the Monday show, I'll read that on Monday's show. Here's our food. Hold on.
I was only kidding.
What's up, Elle? What you doing, buddy? Yo.
Hey, what's up, World L? Weed Man's Joint, spreading job, man. Down at the State House, supporting the medical marijuana rally. My homie Lefty ordering some food, some energy. We got the natural, healthy foods, man. It's all about the movement. You got to spread job, spread love, man.
Where do I go to get that?
Go to 322 East State Street.
Directly across from City Hall.
Directly across from City Hall. Or you can call for delivery.
And it's a very, actually a healthy, conscious menu. You can't get the typical stoner Cheetos or anything there. It's pretty impressive. And I gotta say, I had the pineapple. I don't know what y'all put on the pineapple, but the fried pineapple was amazing. Really, really good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff, man. That was it grilled pineapple?
I've never had anything like it.
Oh my God.
I love pineapple, but that was a whole new level of taste. That'd be the first thing I'd go for.
Can you tell me what they put in that grilled pineapple? What's on the top of that?
We got a little jerk sauce, Caribbean sauce.
Yeah, that's what it tasted.
And
oh man.
And a little chef's special ingredient.
Man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh my God.
We're at the State House, baby.
Oh boy. So that was a very easy process. We just ordered our food. We talked to Phil. Poor Phil. He must be really busy because he's supposed to be here on the show with us, you know.
Yeah.
So and he's not here. I don't know what happened, but so you're here. So let me ask you a question. You believe in marijuana legalization? You believe it should be legal?
100%.
Why do you believe that? Is there someone in your family that needs medical marijuana, or have you experienced anything in your life that would drive you to want to legalize cannabis?
I believe it. I believe spiritual, holistic, medical, and also recreational and social. So it's multifaceted and a multi-dimension. But I know multiple family members of mine that can use cannabis for different ailments that they have or currently have. I use cannabis for my back scoliosis, anxiety, antidepressant, muscle relaxation, the indica. I use it, like I said, I use it in all facets of my life. And without that, I think I wouldn't even be in the position I'm in today, being able to function in society and get through days.
So you have really bad scoliosis. So
Bad scoliosis.
It helps you with that pain.
Yeah, I was diagnosed in 2nd grade. I was the kid that was braced in school, wore the big Transformers brace underneath my clothes for 20 hours a day. Gradually cutting it down as I grew and the curve got a little better. But now that I'm done growing, it's kind of regressing. I'm not working out. I don't work out as much as I did when I was actually growing. So now the pain of even walking and doing anything manual, at the end of the day, I'm really in a lot of pain. Smoke a joint, it's sativa or indica, and it will alleviate the pain. The indica really helps the pain, but even the sativa will relax my muscles and my mind state to kind of calm down and be able to maneuver around and get my house chores done, walk my dog. I have a Mastiff, 100-pound dog, so it's a lot to walk him.
Yeah, it's a lot to stop them.
Not to stop, yeah.
The walking part's easy.
Yeah.
The stopping, though. Well, that's a familiar story. And I think one thing that would serve both you and me and many others well for legalization of adult consumption of cannabis is I get tired of looking over my shoulder. I get tired of wondering. I get tired of feeling like occasionally I'm doing something not wrong, but
because the government says it's wrong.
Yeah, it's like a second-class citizen,
and it affects your mental state. And
Yeah.
that right there alone pisses me off.
Yeah, you know what? But it affects when I use it to affect my mental state. It doesn't affect anybody else's mental state, and it's not mandatory. If it becomes legal, it doesn't mean you have to.
But how is the alcohol at 10 o'clock in the morning legal?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, if every time something goes wrong and it involves cannabis, it's in the headline. And yet, I'll remember one in particular from years ago where it said, man stabs his wife in the throat with an umbrella, and it was after an argument at 11:50 p.m. Now, I know that was because of alcohol, but it didn't say so. It doesn't call it an alcohol crime. It doesn't call it a
domestic. They say domestic.
Yeah, it's a domestic. And I think
what sparked the physical
I don't like
action?
the double standard that the harmful product gets a pass where the less harmful doesn't. And it's your scoliosis. It's nobody else's. It's your pain. It's nobody else's. This is my body. It's not much. I know many people would not trade with me. My feet hurt bad from catastrophic injury 3 years ago, and it helps me go to sleep at night. And it helps me be able to get up. I can't stand up in the morning. Have a couple of puffs, and I'm good to go.
So can you get a card? Can you get a medical marijuana card?
I was actually employed by the great state of New Jersey and was wrongfully terminated. So right now, I don't have the health insurance and the money. I'm in transition. I hopefully can get a card once I look into it, but I'm going to continue to use the herb regardless.
Yeah, you and me both.
I'm going to continue to use the herb. I'm going to continue to smoke the herb. I'm going to continue to promote the herb. I'm going to continue to worship the herb. I'm going to continue to spread the job to anybody that needs help with the medicine.
Well put. Well
put. That's what I do. And anybody that knows me and has known me since 1994 knows I've been about the herb for all the reasons. I was using herb in college. I was a college athlete, almost an all-American basketball player, and I was using herb to help me heal some of my ailments of physical pain, getting banged up in the game. I'd smoke it. People would laugh. I'd go after the game and smoke a joint. But you know what? When I got up the next morning, my muscles felt I was ready to perform. Not the beer. The beer and the alcohol have you cloudy.
Yeah.
The herb would have me ready to perform, clear-minded.
I got to say, when I was in the hospital and at one point a 29-day stay, my ride home had one rolled up and ready that before he even started the engine, after packing up my wheelchair and me in his car and my badly broken feet and the pain that I was in, he had that going in the parking lot. And by the time we went 2 or 3 blocks, combined with the opiates I had, not only was the pain gone, but I felt better. And it made me wonder, since when is feeling good a bad thing? It promotes euphoria. Well, that's a good thing. you know, the fact that you can control your pain with cannabis.
We got a delivery down here. We got my buddy.
We'll get a thumbs up
What's
from
the gentleman's
Jai.
name? John. He's eating some of the special sauces. Barbecue sauce on the wings. It's called bumblebee sauce.
I was watching his face when he put that to his lips,
Yeah.
man. I gotta tell you.
Great stoner food,
Yeah.
man. I made a delivery today to a stoner, and he was so happy that the restaurant was open and that we were able to accommodate his needs. And he was stoned out of his. I mean, he was where he needed to be. A nice morning. He's a worker. A day off. Came nice property. Was tending his garden, his stuff outside. Ordered his food. He's gonna have a great day. And he gave me a nug for a tip. I can't believe it. I mean, that's the job, man. That's the job. That's the spirit, and that's what the job can bring people together, man. It can cure cancer. It can cure multiple. Imagine if it was legal and we actually could put funding into the research to see what more the herb can do. All we know is what they're telling us the herb can do. Imagine if we had the millions to break it down more and find out exactly what more this herb, because I know it can do more.
Yeah, well, if it was studied for benefit, you would find out.
We would find out what it can do.
Only studied for the detriments. That's what gets studied. Well,
because it's the far spectrum. They're not going to give us the medium spectrum because they're scared if they go to the medium spectrum what they're going to find out it can do.
Yeah, they do not routinely, when I say they, the National Institute on Drug Abuse releases federal marijuana for gold standard studies, and they don't do that for anything we're talking about. As a matter of fact,
don't even look into it.
No, well, post-traumatic stress study got the okay by the FDA 5 years ago, and National Institute on Drug Abuse said it would jeopardize the supply for more legitimate studies. So one, they determined it wasn't as legitimate, and two, they recognized they don't produce enough for studies, and three, they won't allow anybody else to produce it. So, you know, it's by design. I don't like saying things like that because it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but it's not really a conspiracy. It's out in the open. They just don't do that. So you're very right. Can you imagine, what if the National Cancer Society, the American Cancer Society, what if they decided to study all the ways this could help people with cancer? What would happen? What do you think?
Things would open up, and things would open up, and developments will be made. But the crazy part about all this is, even with the progressive now that we find out what the hemp and the cannabis and the marijuana can do, there's still people that when you say marijuana can help cure cancer, and these people have had family members that have lost their life for cancer. They still are dumb, deaf, and blind, and just it's in one ear out the other. Or they say, "What do you?" That is what scares me about this.
Here's a problem I think people are having is when they have somebody close to them pass away because of cancer, they almost don't want to find out that they could have done more. And that's kind of a heavy burden to bear. I mean, think how it might be. Like, you mean if I just helped, it might have made a difference?
Or open their mind up to the marijuana being able to help. That's the kind of point I was getting at, as far as people, even you can show them in black and white that if you use cannabis, it will help heal this ailment. People are still dumb, deaf, and blind to this fact because of the stigma the government has labeled this herb since the times of being illegal, illicit. There's people, so when you think of marijuana, you think of incarceration. That's what I think. And as myself, when I think of it in society's terms, it's incarceration. My extrovert thinks of incarceration because that's all that the media portrays it as.
When you say marijuana, incarceration, marijuana is a racist term. So we're trying to cut that word out and use cannabis. Because
cannabis.
Marijuana is a word that was used as a racist term back in the 30s by Harry Anslinger. You know about Harry Anslinger?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, it was racist against Mexicans.
It wasn't spelled
but he
differently,
also used people of color as an excuse that it would allow jazz musicians to lure white women.
Yeah.
That was also part of the deal. And what could be more offensive, really?
Yeah, reefer madness.
Well, I'm glad you gave me some etiquette today, because now consciously try to not use that word anymore and refer to it as cannabis. I
We-
like to refer to it
the
as
only
job.
reason, yeah, the reason occasionally we refer to it as medical marijuana is
It's
because
the law.
we have a medical
The program,
marijuana
the program.
program. It should have been a medical cannabis
Yes,
program, but the
yes.
health department.
And the program's bullshit.
Yeah.
How do you have how do you have 2 dispensaries in the state of New Jersey, but you got a liquor store in every goddamn corner, and you got Rite Aids and this and that to go get your quote unquote pill medicine?
You gotta censor yourself.
You have the Rite Aids to get the pill medicine that the government provides to you, so you pay taxes on that. But there's 2 dispensaries in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's not right.
I'm from Trenton. Where would it would cost me so much money to go get medicine.
And you pay tax on it.
And tax.
Only if it's medical cannabis tax, but you don't have to pay tax on far more dangerous, addictive opiates. No, them you can, and then your insurance will pay for it.
You're rolling in there with a copay.
And those are the ones
Copay.
that are promoted within doctors' offices. So, of course, they're not prescribing as many opiates as before because of intense scrutiny of all the damage that's doing. And the fact is, in medical marijuana states that allow pain as an indication, neuropathic pain, doesn't matter where it comes from, they've had a 25% reduction in mortality due to reactions to opiates, whether it's overdosing on heroin or a pharmaceutical. It's a 25% reduction in medical marijuana states where pain is an indication for getting in the program, meaning New Jersey could reduce the fatalities due to opiate use by 25% by just allowing people with pain into the program.
You gotta get Christie out of here, man. I mean, he's holding the state back. He's holding the people back. He's holding it back for unjust reasons, man. You're not gonna be president. It's not gonna happen. The state needs to liberate themselves. The voters need to open their mind. The voters need to look at this because the voters are the people who are gonna put the next person in power. And we need to change this, man. We need to open our minds. We need to realize that this is a herb. It's a medicine. That why are you gonna hold this back? We the people of the state of New Jersey need to not vote for anybody. I would rather see no votes casted at all. I would rather see a blank piece of paper than to vote for somebody that's not gonna work towards the process of legalization marijuana on all levels.
Well, we got the wrong guy in office for that. We all know that. But our view on that is most people say, why do you keep banging your heads against this brick wall while Chris Christie is in office? We're not going to get anywhere. And the explanation for that is we want to show the next person what's in store for him or her when they become governor. We can't let up on Governor Christie. It's why we show up here every day, so that whoever is next says, do I want that my entire term in office?
And we're getting momentum.
Yeah, we are.
We're getting momentum. So I got to run, guys. Let me give a shout out real quick to Reed Gussiora, local politician, doing a lot of grassroots work level on this issue. Came to the restaurant yesterday. I just want to give you a shout out, Reed. I'm a local Trenton resident. I appreciate everything you've done for the city, man, and keep doing what you do. Talk to these other guys that you're in these meetings with, man. Let them know what's going on in the city. Let them know about the herb. Let them know that it's a medicine, man. And the money will come, guys, in politics. Look at Colorado's quote-unquote financial state. All that money is going back to the schools. You want to stop criminal activity, you got to educate the babies. It starts with the babies. So if we can make tax money and help heal people, and the money goes back to the babies, which is going to promote the future, it's a win-win, man.
It is.
It's a win-win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
And I find it gratifying that Assemblyman Reed Gussiora, who was the original author of the original medical marijuana bill in New Jersey, that he would make sure that he stopped in and
Reed
said
Gussiora,
hello.
second day.
Yeah, on the second day. Well,
And would have been there first, but he said there was some type of meeting or a job duty he had to attend to. But he was there yesterday, brought 2, I think, interns with him.
Yeah, he traveled, and they're certainly not going to be strangers. That won't be the last time he stops by.
Shout out Reed, man. I've been following you. I really appreciate what you do, man. If you need any help, we're down at the joint. My name's L. I'm down to help you, bro.
Thank you, L.
Thanks so much, man.
And thanks for the delivery.
That was good. My food's gone already.
Food's gone.
It's gone.
5-minute interview. Food's gone.
Yeah, we need more. Can bring some more? Okay, Cindy, your ride is here. Cindy's going to go back with you. Cindy and Ed have to have a big hug. Cindy is Ed's friend. And she's going to go give Ed a big hug right now. What? I can't hear you. What'd you say? The cavalry? What about your cavalry? You need me? I'm doing a radio show. You were supposed to go hug Ed. Will you just go hug Ed, please? Please go hug Ed and deal with this, please. Please. Good. You both are gonna cry. I want you both to straighten this out. It's a mess. No, he won't. He won't. Everything's gonna be good. If you go there and hug him, just go up to him and hug him, and everything will be good. I would go with you, but I'm doing a radio show. But I want
Plus, you got to get a permit.
We gotta
get a permit. We got to get a permit while this is getting broken down, or afterwards.
Okay. I want you to talk about it on the show when you go hug him. You can call me from the Weed Man's Joint. Call me. You waiting for Bob?
Has he got a telephone like you have a telephone?
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Thank you
I
very
mean,
much,
in
sir.
the old days, I'm 62 going, yeah, you can't do nothing about
I
that.
ordered
Wait a
pineapples.
minute.
Never got them. No, it's not a thing.
So much. Thank you.
No, it's not a thing.
I'll tell him where you are. I think
We're good.
Lefty's right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Al. There goes El from the Weed Man's Joint. Order some food from the Weed Man's Joint. The best
322
munchie,
East State Street.
the best munchie food
I
in
ordered
town.
pineapple. I didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, okay. What happened? You didn't get your. So we got. You keep that. Did you give him a tip? Okay. You keep. I don't. What did you pay?
Well,
look at the receipt.
No,
I don't know.
No. Here's what happened. You're placing the order. Change stuff on the one thing, and accountability for whatever reason didn't maintain because it was supposed to be two.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be two pineapple orders.
I know it was.
There was only one. There was a mistake.
And none came.
No, there was no pineapple. There was no pineapple.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
No, there was none. That they said that when we called. They said there was no pineapple.
But you never told me that.
No, you were on the show. You were here. You had headphones on.
Yeah, but you know what? I might have been drifting.
Yeah, you got a video replay going up here.
The food was amazing.
Yeah.
It's gone. All my food is gone. I had jerked chicken wings, and they were amazing.
That looked awesome.
With the pasta salad. Oh.
Yummy. Was that the 420 menu?
Yes, it was.
420. You can't beat it.
He has a 710 menu
Also,
also.
what's 710? Is there a significance?
Yes.
More money. More money. More money. More money. More money. It's made with oil. 710 is made with oil.
It's concentrate, right?
Crisco oil.
420. That, you know, the
peanut.
meaning. 710. 840, I could see. Twice as much as 420. I used to have a friend that would have people over every Wednesday, and at 8:40, he'd have twice as much as 420. He objected to he was working at 420 or asleep at 420. So, a friend of mine, patient Mike Kessler, burn victim, would have a few friends over, and everybody would bring something like cake or grapes or ice cream. So there'd be 4 people with 4 things that we didn't know what they were until 8:40, and we'd you know, pass out the smoke before that. But at 8:40, it was time to see what everybody brought, and you know, it was actually pretty good. I think we go at 8:40. It's 1 in the morning. There is a 420 in the morning. I was surprised to find out.
When I was on Roxycodone, I was up at every morning at 420.
Yeah, well, it's because roxycodone didn't get you to sleep through the night.
No, I was up and down, up and down. And now I sleep through 4:20 in the morning. Because I use cannabis, I sleep through 4:20.
Do you
right through it.
Use any edibles, oral preparations?
I have cookies right now that I'm eating.
Use them at night. That would be a good way to go to sleep. Keep you good all night.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you miss kind of the long-term fun of it because it's fun as well, but it'll get that breakthrough pain from happening with many people.
It's too expensive for me to use edibles.
Isn't that something? It's a weed that grows anywhere you want to grow. You can't hardly eradicate it, and yet it's unaffordable. It's amazing. Could be just that easy.
If I could grow my own, that would solve the problem because I would have 2 ounces a month. I would need at least 2 ounces a month.
Well,
at least.
I have a way I think that people could grow one plant without worrying about it. You know how that is?
In a top of a tree?
No, below a bird feeder. Because there was a woman last year sometime I read, that she sent a picture of a plant growing in her garden that she didn't know what it was. And they identified it as cannabis. And when they wanted to know how that came to be, she said this was where birdseed dropped. And that occasionally there could be cannabis seeds in birdseed. And now I noticed that I got 2 bird feeders on a shed where I put mulch below them, and there's grass growing out of mulch. I mean, not grass, something looks like grass. I guess what the bird seed turns into when they don't pick up all that they drop. So anyway, get a couple of bird feeders, plant one below it, and blame it on a bird seed. So you didn't know.
I like that.
I'm not going to use it now because, I just said something about it, but...
Was that called plausible deniability? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Thing is, we have no plausible deniability to say we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, now you just ruined it for me. You just ruined that excuse for me, Jim Miller.
Which is why we don't have the conversation with people who oppose us, because they want to be able at one point to say, I didn't know that. That's why I was being such a jerk. I didn't have all the information.
I didn't know.
Didn't have all the information. We had faulty intelligence.
Bad intel.
Well, faulty is the word that I prefer to use only because that's what got us started in weapons of mass destruction, faulty intelligence, and, leads to consequences, faulty intelligence. Especially when good intelligence is available. In that case, they could argue it wasn't, but when we say we predicted everything that would go wrong with this program, and we had nobody to predict it to. That's why we've got our table here, so we can have people come to our table whose table we're not invited to. Maybe one day we'll be invited. How much more could we force ourselves on somebody than set up a podcast at the steps of the State House every week?
We're serious, folks.
We brought a table with us that says The Table.
We are serious, folks. The governor's going to have to walk past us one day.
I don't know what else we could do except for to have a person on each corner of the table and a couple of people with chairs go running up and,
What more can we do? We're doing a live podcast worldwide outside Governor Christie's office. What more can we do? Is there something more we need to do? Tell me, sir, ma'am, what more can we need to do?
We brought a table.
A bigger table.
We're waiting for a discussion. We got a better chance of seeing Santa Claus today,
Come on, man. This is great. This is epic. I'm glad there's 2 viewers watching us right now. Those 2 viewers are laughing their butts off right now because they know how epic this is.
People, people watch what's put up on YouTube and the stored version.
They see it. Yeah, they see it eventually. Yeah. They play. What they do is they play it in the background. They don't watch it. They're doing their vacuuming or their cleaning or their kitchen work, and they got us playing in the background. That's
what we're going to do one time is we're going to have a really special day planned. You're going to know it. I'm going to know it, but we're not going to tell anybody else. And it'll be during the summer. And I have a couple of ideas. I mean, really something nice that they'll say we should have been there, or should have at least tuned in.
An idea better than the Gong Show? idea?
I love the Gong Show, man.
Yeah, let's do that.
Chuck Barris is awesome.
Let's do that. You want to be Chuck?
No, I can't dance. You know how you come out and do that dance
All
you
right,
do?
we'll do the gonging. Me and you and some maybe Bill. Us three will do the gonging.
Is this on?
It's on for a minute until you go talk to Ed.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that when I left my place, I left my computer on, and that number 2 up there is my cat 6. I just thought I'd let you know. The 2 viewers.
Here comes Eric
one
sneaking
of them
up.
is 6. I signed her on before I left.
Don't tell me that.
Well,
Don't you just
so you better be nice to
you just
cats.
ruined our ratings. You just dropped our ratings by 100%.
She's a
by
very,
50%.
very famous movie star. You probably have like James Franco and Chachi like looking in now, watching you. You know, this is good for your ratings. You got a movie star cat
Just like
checked
her.
in.
No, she's talking about a cat.
Oh, you're a cat lover.
You're a cat lover?
Or
A dog
a
lover?
dog lover. You're for medical marijuana.
You don't have to shout. You got a microphone.
Yes, it does help people. It helps veterans with post-traumatic stress. It helps people that have muscle spasms and pain.
It allowed my wife to die comfortably a dozen years ago
His-
because of multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, it can help people with multiple sclerosis and seizures. If you're interested in being educated on the medical benefits of cannabis, we are here to help people. It's a legal medication. It's been legal for 4 years now. Yes, and if you know anybody that it can help, you
can tell them.
Right, a lot of pharmaceuticals have a lot of side effects, and medical cannabis don't have any side effects.
Yeah, I took opiates for 10 years. I was on opiates. And I'm off opiates. I just use cannabis
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I got a bad back.
Oh yeah, I have
Horrible
6 herniated discs, but I don't take any pain pills or medication anymore. I had a bad thyroid. I healed, so I'm no longer on thyroid medicine. All right, well, spread the word.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. All right, listen, we got to do a hard break here because we have ran out of time. So we're going to go to hard break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Actually, we'll be back in 2 seconds. I have to restart the recording. Actually, the broadcast will continue.
In 2 minutes
The
and 2
recording.
seconds.
The recording is going to end, so let me just do it quick. SativaCross.com, CMMNJ.org. Thank you to medical-freedom.com. Thank you to NewJerseyWeedman.com. The Weedman's Joint. And
Fully Baked Radio.
FullyBakedRadio.com. Was my cane over there? Wow. Or did you just use my cane? Wow, that's crazy.
Are you saying you forgot your cane? Now here's something.
bad.
You know why you
Because I was high as hell.
Well, perhaps you didn't have the amount of pain that reminded you that you need a
Got
cane.
that right. Yes, sir.
When I used a